Liquid to hit classic Liquid form. But then part of me loves JKS, so then I just kind of want them to, you know, maybe regret the decision. Who knows? Part of me wants them to be painted as the bad guys here at the tournament and have a bit of a run, make it to the playoffs and just be that villain up on the stage. But who knows if that's what we're going to get, but we are definitely getting Dust2 to kick things off here.
Mate, we are here, Mac, finally back into some Counter-Strike action. Dust2 obviously going to be a good one. So the team does set up outside long. No real action just yet. Just checking into the utility here. Just the usual sort of smoke flash pop and a little bit of control towards mid as well. So Nert's already happy with that position. Ultimate just spot from long, and now the Util comes in. Going to be tough for them to try and hold this one back.
Yeah. Oh, no flash. Ultimate going through dry there. Nice flick to find the first headshot, but the trade comes through eventually. Flit making his way all the way to ramp, and full sight control is there. Twist flirting with the idea of going through that smoke, but he decides against it.
Yeah, Nert's holding back as well. You know, it's a real good time to try and just chill for a quick second, see what does come through. Not looking. Icy going to get put down very, very quickly. Now Nav popping up on towards the box. Drops Electronic. It's working. Twist able to find it as well. All left onto Flit, and he does find one, but Nert's will trade it out. There we go. Very nice start here from Team Liquid. 3 alive and a defuse to boot.
There you go. 2 guns are better than 1. And VP, I was having a quick look at all their pistols leading into this one for Dust2. They just go the spawns, right? If they have a long spawn, they'll go towards A. If they don't, they just sort of hang around, go for a slower approach over towards uppers. And Liquid doing a relatively similar thing a lot on their CT sides, which is that short control. It's a solid decision in this day and age just to make sure if you lose along, you can go for the wrap back, like you saw Nertz get the double kill on the retake. And that is successful. So great to see that coming out of Liquid. But going into the second round, you have to remember, VP just got that bomb plant down. So, oh, they're not buying up. Okay, going for the safer approach.
Interesting. So just hanging out now, seeing if anything will come further. Nothing in towards tunnels at this point in time. Just that basic sort of utility, long control taken. Happy days. Yeah, not really a hell of a lot coming out early here from VP. So, yeah, taking the knee early, Mac. I do like that decision.
Yeah, maybe just trying to get Icy towards the AWP as soon as possible. You know, it is a map that certainly helps that out. And VP just playing the slow game, seeing if they can punish Liquid for getting a bit overzealous. But everyone just playing their setup for now. 2 towards B early, just in case it was a faster pop from VP. We are going to see Nertz just eventually send his way back to A. You'd think, I'd think, with where the VP currently are chilling, looks like they're going to try and sell some kind of B split, but just pump up short instead and focus on a plant.
Yep. Might be able to get it as well. It's just going to have to be ultimate to turn on a dime. As soon as he does hear that twist, obviously getting all the audibles now, knowing that the utility is heading up and over. Looks like they should very well find their bomb plant, so it's not a bad little position. And a retake should start to come in nice and slow here from Liquid.
Worst case, AWP secured for the next. But Liquid making sure T's are crossed, I's are dotted. And with the double man retake up from long, surely Ultimate going to be able to find a line shortly. It's Naf with the MP9, should be able to get straight through, shred through the T's, but it's not going well. Flick going to be able to find one with the dig already. Twist up the ramp. Oh, whip with the spray. And that time is ticking away. Icy and Electronic bombs planted for them on shore, swinging together, but the cover's too good. Twist huge on the retake. Nice little triple. Wait, no,
nope.
It didn't have a kit.
Not happening.
It didn't have a kit.
Back. Oh man, as I said, bro, it was going to be a crazy game, irrespective of the outcome, and to have that already come on through, that's absolutely nasty shot from Flit to open up the round. Icy getting the flank onto Naf too, and you know they didn't even need to make their way through that smoke in the end, so they are up and about, and I don't blame them. Electronic is pumped.
Oh, and look, we said worst case they were getting an AWP, but they got everything. They're just desserts. Not taking anything through to the next other than the rounds, but you'll take that every day. Liquid, however, did manage to salvage those rifles, so they've still got a decent buy here for the third. And VP just slowing things down, going for the straight on upper dark control, and we might actually just see a full pump.
Gonna make it work. Heading on out now. Fame already starting to see a little bit of something. Flamus, though, getting 2, and Electronic as well. So it's going to be all okay here. Shuhei and Nertz, yeah, not really a hell of a lot's going to be happening here. Obviously, they will need the bomb Mac, but that will be recovered with no stress at all. So yeah, just, you know, nice slow approach into that previous round, and then all guns blazing into this one. So well done from VP. They've settled themselves up nicely, and now Liquid are going to have a little bit of time to stew on it.
I love that. Electronic, great read on where those rifles were going to be placed for Team Liquid. Shuey survived, Nertz survived. They know that they're over towards that A site, so just avoid them. Like the plague. Out to B they go. Beautiful entries there from Flamus, and now it is just the save time. Shuey looking to keep that M4 alive to the next. Good job so far. But with that force buy here in the third, you know, it is probably just going to be both these M4s to play with.
Not a bad little start here. Should be maybe some further damage as they clear it out. It's going to be a huge result here from Electronic. And yeah, Nertz is just going to have to wish upon his lucky stars. I think he will be A-okay. Rest of the team's not going to push over anyway. But yeah, that's a really good response here from VP. I love that quick approach, just immediately out there, trading it out accordingly. Not a single player dropped in the round. So a pretty happy position to be in for round number 3 here, Mac. Very quick turn of the tides early on in this map.
I think both these teams have a lot to prove, right? Obviously, Liquid more so than VP, but there are a lot of VP haters out there. So a win here.
Hate watching seems to be common lately, Mac.
That's true. That's true. Everyone hates everyone around here. Although, maybe not in Melbourne. I think there's going to be a lot of love once we get down to the playoffs.
Absolutely. A lot of beautiful faces coming back into that arena, Mac, yourself included.
Hold up. Could be the freest round of their lives. Oh, unless he got there.
Not free.
That he got there.
1 for 1.
That is going to be
a bad position.
Okay, retrieved, Mitch. Okay, this round could be instantly flipped back in Liquid's favor.
Yeah, look, ultimate no Kev, but still there's a kit in the hand of Nertz, so you got to be cautious here. A minute 10. You can see how VP are just frozen in their tracks at this point in time. Icy moving his way down mid.
Yeah. Ooh, getting close. Huey. Won't hear a damn thing. Icy staying sneaky on the rotate back towards uppers. And I dare say we are just going to see a late split through. A lot more power in the AK.
Oh,
don't
it's happening.
If the aim's better, Mitch.
Ultimate. If he can destroy this, if he can find at least one, that'll give him enough time. Aim punch will make it a little bit more awkward. So they've gotten into the side, but Shuhei, oh my god, managing to find that one very, very quickly. Nicely done on the wrap in towards Lower's Naf as well, coming in. Icy. Oh man, they're going to be straight out there. Nertz should be able to clear and find him. Yes, he will. There you go. As I said, Mac, this game, it was not going to be a clean one. It was going to be all over the shop, but that is a brilliant round from Liquid. But I can't help but feel like it was on the back of a little bit of a mistake there opening up from Electronic. This spray, it just did not connect, and that gave the only opportunity. Also, this one from Shuhei, just illegal, really.
Yeah, look, we're getting messy today. We're getting muddy down in Melbourne. And I am not sure how this one's going to play out now. We're seeing some great rounds from VP and then a couple of catastrophes. You know, isolated plays. A little push out there from Electronic, the fumble. Icy dropping the AWP is yet another fumble. Very on.
Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe not so good, Mac, as we know. But this early engage looks like an early opportunity from Liquid to hold them back for now. Nertz has found his way up towards top mid, but it's going to get awkward twists. Not many bullets left in the chamber and able to connect anyway, and now they're going to get caught on this wrap by Nertz. Surely they're going to be ready for it, Mac. No, absolutely not. Icy last alive, and he can't find it. That is decimation from Liquid here. What a turn.
Clean. Cool, calm, collected. Fussy boy. Happy with the long hold. Only Shuey to fall there. And that's going to be phenomenal for the... Wait, what? Did Twist do his media day with glasses off? Sorry, I'm so...
Oh my god,
he's seeing him with the specs on.
Yeah, maybe. The contacts are a world of the future.
Of course. Well, I guess he's not the IGL now. It doesn't have to look smart, right? So he can just...
True, yeah, of course.
Of course.
Absolutely.
All right.
Always does impress me with Shuhei. So young, but still able to do what he does. All right. Anything of interest here, Mac? Potentially some damage from that HE. Could actually get dunked a couple. No, not the full lick of damage, but Twists. He's at least padding his stats in towards this round. And Molotov is going to make it a little bit hot under the collar. They do line up.
It's
awkward.
A clean anti-eco out of one of these teams. Because things have gotten awkward round after round here so far. And I just want some, nice clean Counter-Strike. And that may
Delicious.
be what we're getting. Not much health between both these members. 29 to be exact, and Naf will be the guardian of the smoke there at mid. Ooh, noise made. He knows that they are still chilling, still close. What are you doing? What's the best case here for Virtus.pro?
Maybe find twists, but he's a while away. So he's going to be just hanging out on site, defended, shields around him. But yeah, really here, not a hell of a lot that Electronic can do. It's maybe just one of those fake, tac pauses, just have a conversation in the time. But that's going to be the round close. So 4 on the trot here for Liquid Mac. And now, thanks to your stats, you'll know that that's actually a pass of what they got on their previous head-to-head in Bucharest.
That's true. So looking much better. Again, something we all chat need to focus on here is how TL are playing as a unit, because that is what they have been focusing on. We shouldn't be getting too many solo plays, which we have seen go awry for VP in a couple of rounds already here on D2. Looking at the economy, VP are back in business, but no AVP for Icy. It is just going to be rifles across the board. Electronic down to a Galil to get the extra util out. Let's have a look at the spawns, because sometimes D2 can just be like, flipping a coin, having a gamble. And, it's a long one.
It is indeed. Should be able to get out there nice and quickly.
Oh, I'm offended.
Look at that speed.
The spawn just ran the wrong way.
Ultimate wants to pick mid, man. Let him go. Long control established again. Just Shuhei to do it solo this time round. Looks like they've been pretty happy sending twists down short time after time. Now as the lowers reconvene occurs. No real action just yet with a minute 30.
All right, mid control. The priority here. VP going to be gifted that. Naf hoping he can find something through the double doors. With that smoke fading, decides just to give and play the 2-3 setup instead. Or conditioning util. Mid B smokes out. Trog smoke at upper tunnels. And Nertz decides not to go through it. Of course, he is playing with that secondary AWP. After the success Liquid have had so far. But with the bodies here for VP, we are going to see the short hit.
Pressure's on. Has to hit this opening shot here. Ultimate's right onto that line. Does get the little tiny bit of information there. Ultimate finding Electronic, already a pivotal piece. Now as they move up, Shuhei has to reposition. Flamus able to take his head off as well. Shuhei awkward, blinded off the line. It's going to be a really tough one to defend from here in this position. Shuhei also so awkward, but that extra little bit of flash does give them some more time. Still awkward, still unable to secure that bomb plant. Now it does start to go down. And already now for Nertz have had to make their decision, Mac. They are out of there, not wanting a single piece of the pie. Another round is going to go the way of Virtus.pro, albeit it has been a few.
I'm looking at the economy of VP, and Liquid don't know it. But if Nertz can manage to snag an exit or two, that will be pretty detrimental and allow a nice flip round to come back in Liquid's favor later on here in the half. That's nice. That's good. Any more is a huge bonus hit.
Gonna have to wait for it.
Oh, thought he got
a little tootsie too.
Thought he got him.
Yeah. Jesus. All right. Well, look, Mac, again, this game is on. It's still back and forth. Hasn't seemed to have anyone kind of hard in the lead by any means. There was a good little resurgence there from Liquid, but even though Ultimate finds the opening shot, Flamus, he was able to just be that guy. Flit also with a couple more moments. He was the one that you were talking about in this head-to-head, and, unfortunately for Nertz, he's had to walk away and try to save that weapon, so it does get one on the exit. But again, Mac, it is at least something for VP to turn this around.
Something you'll take for sure. Well, in around 8, corner smoke and VP this time looking like they will commit to long, but Liquid have attended the party. They have RSVP'd, flashes coming through. Fame going to be able to take the first festivity. Twist, unable to trade for more than one. And long control still there for Ultimate. That corner smoke, though, making things a little awkward for him to hold. Might be able to catch Icy, but the flash allows him to pit.
Oh, man, Icy brought a six-pack to the party, clearly. Twist forgot the fruit salad. Now Nertz able to get that one back. So at least it's a level of equalization here towards this long offense. HE out makes it a little bit more awkward. Ultimate obviously still trapped in a very precarious position here. Flit now wanting to try make his way up. Unfortunately, the Prog Molly has slowed him down just a little bit. Another one to follow back for it as well. Naf trying to peek onto that now. He is having a look forward. Great flash, but he doesn't spot it. Doesn't get that information. Surely going to be aware of it. Flit might be able to get the catch here, Mac. Could be huge because Ultimate's turned the tide, and there it is. Flit finds it. Now the timing. Shifting back. Ultimate has to be so careful. He's got to be on a head on a swivel. Awkward line here. Flit just sort of baiting, buying time. Look at the push from Nerds. No, denied, punished. And now it's on to Ultimate in this 1v1 alongside Electronic. Creeping around. It's going to be on timing. Ultimate is able to find it. How he has stayed alive, Mac, I have no idea.
That's true. That's true. He is fucking so good.
Yeah.
Beautiful play. Beautiful hold there on the A site. Oh, I feel like Dust2 is just that much more entertaining when you get to see the A action. When it's just the B hits, instant pumps.
Nice rolling.
The most Ooh, well, that's true. Roland is from Poland. He's a wonderful player sometimes. Let's see if today's the day for him to keep on laying down the numbers. 4 towards top mid for VP. Again, just a low buy, no utility. Looking to just maybe punish any over-aggression from Team Liquid, who have gone for the 2-man setup at mid. Chewy very solo at long. Boom.
Oh, great shot. Ultimate Mac is one of those players that has been criticized, right? Quite vocally from some of the big brains of the community and how inconsistent he can be. But he's been hitting shots today. He's looking very, very good. Clearly not experiencing that jet lag, enjoying the Melbourne day life as the sun uncommonly has actually been out. It hasn't looked like the UK as of late. It's been quite nice there recently. It's exciting to have it back in Melbourne, man. Back in Melbourne, IEM Sydney, we talked about
we've been waiting, what year was it? It was supposed to come 6 years ago, 5 years ago. It was supposed to be in 2020, but COVID ripped it away from us 3 times. 3 bloody times. And now we actually get to have it. I'm so excited.
It's awesome. We've done a number of events at Rod Laver as well. It's going to be exciting to see what the triple or quadruple crowd size increase.
I saw earlier, someone was saying statistically, it might have been chat on the mainstream, that we have, hold that thought though, we have an AWP battle, and Icy win that. So,
his veins.
Ultimate, we sung his praises, but now he's out of the conversation for round 10. But what I was saying, Rod Laver Arena, it's going to be, I think it's like 4,000 extra people on top of a full SPO deck.
My God.
We've sold it out, so that's going to be crazy.
I think last time at the, what's it called, Aware Super Theatre, the stat that came out after the event was it was most beer sold at any event ever, which is pretty incredible. That's across all sports, all arts, all everything at that theatre. Beautiful stuff.
Great to get
Australians can be counted on for one thing, Mac, as we know.
And it's breaking beer records. Let's do it again, guys. Well, late long control for VP this round. Man advantage, all grouped up. Looking just to try and make this round as easy as possible. Little pop flash for Twist to try and activate across the top. Layered utility. Awkward place to be, but Shui will win the fight for 1. So that's a best case scenario as he crossed a car. Almost caught with his pants down, but the numbers still favoring VP.
Yeah, absolutely. The fact that he even found one there, Mac, makes it a little bit more of an opportunity here. Now 35 seconds. CT smoke will come on through. Twist is going to be ready for Electronic here, but I don't think VP actually are ready for Twist. They've already cleared out one. He's got to be sure that he can find this one. Electronic creeping around, though. He's perfect precision. Statsmeister will be stoked with that one. Now 4 on 2. And I think they are having to creep away, but I don't actually believe that Fame's going to let that happen. Already watching over towards mid, might get the cross onto one. Naf does spot it, and now this makes it very, very tricky for Nerds as well. Fame's just going to drop into dark and make his way over. I don't even know if Liquid are going to be able to save these two into this next round, Mac, but it's a good little recovery coming out. There it is. Naf does drop one onto Flammus, but look at them already marching through tunnels.
We just need Shui, I think. Shui and Twist to get a kill with the AWP, and then everyone's had a crack at it.
Yep.
So keep that in the back pocket. Might be nice.
Definitely has been shuffled around. Well, Naf obviously an AWPer in his previous life as well.
E2 is the playground for it, you know?
Mate,
so.
I just realised Nerds is 12-1.
Yeah. That's why he was the player to watch in the head-to-head. You know, did pretty well on Mirage last time. And I think he did the best out of anyone for Liquid over on D2. But yeah, something was in the water that day. And today it looks like the water's much cleaner down under. Let's say that, all right? Tap water here, gotta love it. Bucharest, look, I love you, but the tap water, it just doesn't taste the same.
Yeah, the tap water here is not going to make your tummy upset, thankfully. All right, so pressure is really starting to amount, Mac. 2 rounds left in the half here on Dust2. It's already been a cracker opening for this series. And again, I was sort of hoping exactly for that. You know, Liquid already doubling their rounds from their previous time on Dust2. Great sign, showing that early level of confidence. Now, this time looking like we're seeing a little bit of a B-prod from VP. They haven't really been that engaged, only that single round in their first gun round where they just fanged it straight out of dark.
Like that utility to condition, but they didn't bait anything out. I love Nert's discipline. He's still jiggling, still close, and as soon as he sees someone, that's when he's going to drop that smoke to block. Just not wasting the utility. He knows exactly what Fame is trying to do over here.
Back into pit will be Shuey. Once again, that short prod. Yeah, so Virtus.pro really overly eager on towards the A position now. Flashing towards short. Twist obviously down in CT. So it's just going to be on again to Ultimate to see if he can try and stem that approach. He's been good for it before. Shuey obviously not in a position to be able to help him at all either. Electronic is going to get caught onto this same position again. Second he sees that head, you think he's going to be ready. Yep, there it is. Ultimate does it again, Mac. Is he going to be able to hold on for more?
All in his position, so things will get more difficult. Flash in his face. Nate breaking the smoke twice, and he's just not allowed to play the game here, hoping that the smoke is going to be enough to allow him to get that swing off. But with 2 going in favor of VP, they brought this one right back. Liquid now trying to figure out how to hold the map and posture for a retake with that bomb going down.
Yeah, it really does. Now, Shuey has to look back to make sure nothing's coming on this flank. All members are heading up towards short. Flip getting that pick onto Twist now makes it really awkward. Nerds also in a position to try and find something, but that Molotov is going to keep him at bay for a little while longer. Shuey's still held by that AWP of Icy. Nurse takes some damage as well. And now, great flick. Oh my God, Icy. That should very well be enough to try and close out the round here, but Flit's going to make it one better and drop Nerds in the process. Shuey just has to unfortunately creep out of there, and once more they are hunting, they are hungry. They should be able to catch him top mid here as well. Great shot from Shuey to keep himself alive, but again, how much longer is that going to last, Mac? VP, they really want to get themselves back into this one, dragging the team across the line.
Love to see that. Nert's down. I repeat, Nert's down 2 times now. The raid boss has been defeated this round, and there's only 1 left for the half. So VP trying to keep it as close as possible with a chance to tie it up at 6 apiece. Let's have a look at the economy. Quick stock take. Yeah, there's enough there. TL should be right as rain.
Perfect time to have a conversation, right? Final round of the half.
Yeah.
Really make it count, make it work. Because again, in the current climate, you know, would you say like this is a little bit more T-sided at the current meta, just purely on the basis of CS2's kind of way it's played?
Yeah, most people would think that. I think it depends, like, team to team, what they put the work into, though. Like, there are some teams that you would say would be much more CT-sided on a map like D2 than T-side. And then the thing with Dust2 in particular, you can just have the worst spawns for 12 rounds in a row and just ruin your map pick. So, we'll see what VP have in the second half, but for now, they have long control. Sliding Flit out to blue. Supportive utility. Not too far away, but that molly will turn it into the 1v1. Good flash, but the shot enough to burn Flit alive. And that's going to be long control for TL.
Great engagement there from Shuey, doing it completely solo there. Massive player to take down. Ultimate finding Icy as well. Much more of a slow kind of split up approach here from VP, and it's making it awkward. Electronic also trapped up towards Sui. But Shuey, he's got so much positional advantage here. Does get ripped off though, Flamus. Maybe bit off a little bit more. He could chew there, the old captain of Liquid. Now Flamus trying to retake this short position. Again, it could get really dicey, Mac, right? That bomb is dropped towards top mid, up towards Palm Tree, but it's only just Twist to try and hold the position at this point in time.
Oh, I'm looking at Nert's spot. If that smoke fades right now, things get awkward. Nice little pop flash, but Nert's still close. But he does have a couple of brothers in arms, not too far
can he get
away.
out?
Info's there. They're going forward.
They're peeking.
Liquid want to fight this all the way to the bitter end. Flamus not too far away. Good crosshair placement to deal with Nerds. And that brings it back to the 3v3. So TL getting punished for the over-aggression.
Man, absolutely. A 3v5 for Liquid. This should have never been happening. And the fact that they've got no lean towards A at all to try and get this defense and dunk onto Naf. Naf's having to move really, really quick now. The sweat is there. That smoke will give them some additional time, but they're obviously looking. The Molotov doesn't quite hit the mark on towards site. Does flush them away for a second, but again, you know, this 3-on-3, all players coming up short, no flank, no nothing. It's just going to have to be onto the aim of Liquid to try and get this one back.
Smoke just buying so much time. And VP, they've got an inkling. All eyes on the prize, and the prize is a drawn half, 6 apiece. They'll get it done. And Mitch, I am keen to see exactly what we get from the second. If you're not here, you're not nicing. You're not gloping. You're not living. That's the one. We're getting there eventually, and it is mono a mono. Who knows where Dust2 is going to be going and who's going to be taking the whole cake? Is it Liquid? Is it VP? Find out right now in the second half here. Mitch, what's going on in the pistol?
There's only one good thing to say, Mac, and that is let's glorp the boys. Cannot wait to see who is able to take this one through. It's been a little bit of an up and down game, as we know, and a much slower approach here on the pistol coming through. Just clearing out Dark, doing your usual sort of kit and caboodle. Nice long control already taken by Virtus.pro as well. But it is going to be a little bit of a mid poke here. Very heavily stacked from the side of VP towards B at this point in time.
Where's that smoke going? CT smoke. All the way from top mid. I'm liking that one out of TL. And it is going to be a fake mid to B. Nert's trying to go for the full commit here with the extra utility. Flit, however, fending off the push for now. It's awkward. A player goes down. Long control still there for Icy. So pieces of the puzzle all over the bloody place for Virtus.pro to go for the retake. And Nert's falling down makes things extra awkward. 2 guns usually better than 1, but Naf has plenty in the clip on the Glock here. 2 more players around the corner. Trades going everywhere. Mitch, this is chaos.
I don't know how it's gone back to a 3-on-3 already. That mid-juke was crazy. Now Icy trying to hold on to this position, has to wait for the rest of his team. Where's the kid? I don't think there's one in the hands at this point in time. Couldn't remember if they dropped one earlier on, but now they are making their way through. 2 members in CT. Icy's going to get his head ripped off as well. Twist holding back. Flit doesn't know where to go with this. Electronic is keen to try and have a little bit of a look, but he needs someone to peek, needs someone to find it. Does take one, but there's no time in the back. And he's just going to have to try and play the exit here. Electronic on the way out, and he does connect with another very, very sharp Electronic. He's been playing nuts, but Shui will live on, and so will the dream of Liquid. 7 in the bag, a pistol secured.
Yeah, a couple of cheeky exit frags. Just getting the aim crack in while he can. Had a bit of a rough first half for himself, but looks like he wants to bring a bit more pain here in the second half. Liquid, however, back in the lead, 7-6. Let's see what they can do up against an anti-eco. We got 1 smoke, 2 bangers for VP to try and pull something out here. Smoke at mid to deny vision, and then flashes for a long
Big duel.
We're going to see TL walking straight into this.
Yeah, absolutely. Are they going to be ready for it at all? 2 members already making their way out. It was the last time in the last half, Mac, where the counter-eco was unsuccessful. Liquid finding that pistol. It's just going to be patience. Rest of the members moving their way out now. Flashing through the smoke. This is going to be big now. Huge opportunity. How much damage can they do? Naf Nert's living on. Did manage to take down Ultimate in the process, but obviously it is only a little bit of scrappy utility too. The Molotov's actually bounced its way back. It's got to hold them in. Flip finds one onto Nert's. Thankfully, Naf is nice and sharp, but he's being dinked down in the process. Should not be going their way, Mac. Should be way too tricky of a round. Shuhi here to save the day. Okay. Liquid, turn the tides. We're back.
Little sigh of relief, but they get it across the line with 3 alive as well. So it ends up not being too costly, although the trap play out of VP looked so good on paper. Gun time though. VP, rifles across the board, plenty of util. But where are they heading? Again, just playing the spawns, making sure they got that long control. Liquid, though, speeding things up to the other side of things. There's only 1 player here. If that door gets smoked, Bang with an A1S is going to run out of bullets. Quick, smart, and it's a 2 for 2. But look at this. VP so far away.
This is exactly what VP did to them in the previous half, Mac, if you do remember, right? Just straight out through tunnels all the way in. But this time round, there is another opportunity for it actually to get done. A little bit of a crisscross of that utility. They've still got smoke, molly, flash. They've got plenty to make this retake work. But as we know, B's not fun.
There's one thing they don't have, and that's the defuse kit to save themselves those 5 seconds. And with that smoke back on doors, they are done. Saving. That's time gone. Clock ticked out. And Liquid will happily stroll into a night.
Man, this is a big change from Liquid, right? You know, the confidence in that call to just go straight out, very, very happily done, and enough utility to keep Virtus.pro uninterested. And just having to worry about saving into this one. You know, how many more rounds can VP kind of give away onto this half? It's only the first 3, sure, but if it hits 10, 11, you know, then we can start to talk about the next map. But for now, it's looking really, really good for Liquid and hoping that they can keep this confidence up on the T side.
Oh, that was so rough for Fame. Sometimes that's just the problem with the A1S, you know? You whiff a couple of bullets, the spray control ain't the biggest problem. It's a little bit, it just gets a little bit awkward, doesn't it? But look, there's going to be another chance with those 3 rifles saved. And I'm looking at what's in the tank there for Lamis and Icy. 2 more M4s can be dropped across. Decent utility. They have a very strong buy to have a fighting chance moving into the 17th round? 16th rather.
Good time to think. Don't want to let too many more go the way of Liquid. Said, you know, it's such a momentum-heavy couple of opening maps that we've got here in Dust2 and Mirage. And if Liquid manage to convert this one, I think it may be very, very challenging for VP to shift it around. It's going to be that long attack again, Mac. Can they make it out?
They're trying. Corners gets the job done, and Shuey don't need to see Icy to get himself the opening.
Man,
Lovely little
Icy's having a rough one, isn't he?
Across the wall, and it just gets the job done.
Yeah, 3 and 11, Mac. And look at this push, though, from Electronic. They're not going to be ready for it at all. Oh, will he look the right way? Yes, okay. It's fine. It's fine. We can relax. Back to a 4-on-4.
Great job from Electronic. Just to clear those corners. Make sure everything is checked. And Shuey going to feign the A pressure with the cross smoke thrown. Ooh, Nertz beats the smoke. Electronic not ready this time for it, and that may be the B site for the taking. Nertz just a molly to hold. The AK in hand. Has that stopping power. Spots the cross.
They get there quickly, don't they?
Oh, won't be able to stop that push in window.
He's gone through the molly. Flit.
Down. It's awkward.
Yeah, Flit's already pushed in towards that position on the flank, but I don't think they're going to be able to find it. Flammer's finding one onto the other side. This is the two players that we were talking about. They actually do see Flit pull away, but at the same time, unfortunately, Flammus has gone down to the hands of Nertz, who has just had a cracker of a round. Pushing through that smoke, as you said, then solidifying with the additional frag. Oh man, Liquid are just looking mean and keen, aren't they, Matt, going into this early one of IEM Melbourne. Great opening, great start for the team that has had so many question marks against them in this last little bit.
Yeah, I think there was a lot of people maybe not expecting Team Liquid to come out of the gates and look so strong, especially with Shuey. You know, obviously having a rough game over in Bucharest, or a couple of rough games. And I'm sure they're going to be flabbergasted if TL take this 2-0, but that's still a while away. Look, we've only got to double digits for the first time here, and there is a lot of Counter-Strike still to be played. You got to remember, last time they went head-to-head, they did go to OT before VP managed to bring it back. And there's that couple of shots again as well. Shuey doing God's work, Nertz beating the smoke bloom.
God.
And you love to see it if you're a Liquid fan.
Oh, what's he lost? Twists. Can't be having that, mate. Little bump to the desk.
Also,
all right.
It needs to be mentioned too. I don't know how many people have brought it up, if anyone, but that is the analyst standing in as the coach for the moment. They are still actively looking for a coach. You got to remember, Mitha was there. He's gone now. And so is Ultimate. Loses that hop duel straight down suicide again. Yeah,
man, because look at this buy. It's so scrappy. You can see that they're a little bit concerned. Oh, no, Icy. It was your opportunity to finally get yourself back into this map. He was 3 and 12. Does pick up one, but a little bit delayed on that shot. And Twist with an AWP. You've talked about every single player picking up the AWP Mac on the side of Liquid. Twist now doing it. Oh, man, this should have been a round that was going VP's way, but they've just lost 2-for-1 deal. That's what they'll get you at Woolies and Coles, mate, every single time.
Ooh. Awkward fight. And the collapse comes through. Electronic setting up a nice crossfire with Flammus to bring it to that 3v3. He is going to escape away, or so you'd think. He's actually held his ground here at door with Fame. Looking to go for that trade, but with the util coming over towards the B site, that will draw him away.
Have to find the timing. Only the MP9. If he can find one. Oh, nah. No chance. Not at all an opportunity. Flammus, again, unfortunately, he's just going to have to wrap up the rest of the round thinking about what the rest of the team has done. But Mac, that was a moment in time, right? You know, you could see that Buy was thrown together a little bit scrappy. Icy could afford the AWP. I think that was actually dropped over by Electronic. Have to try and remember back to that one. But again, you know, they've got enough money for a buy into the next round, so it's not done and dusted just yet. But finding that opening pick and then just missing a sitter for Icy, it means that they can't convert any of this side of CT for them. It's consecutive 5 on the trot now for Liquid. 2 more is all they need to close this opening map before we go to Mirage.
Sorry, like, theoretically, we are seeing VP do a lot of right things. Yes, they in hindsight, it might have been better to play together and get that trade at mid, but they know that B side is going to be way too hard to retake. If they don't send old mate back up to try to hold it there, the spray doesn't work out, and then the round doesn't work out. We seem to have a lot of these rounds happening, right? And if Flammus can at least hold this M4 to the next, you're looking at the money. There's going to be a full buy in. If he's not found, sprays towards the door, but it looks like he survived. Here's how it all went down one more time.
Great shot from Twist there as well, but I think it just continues that conversation, you know, about how good Nertz has been and why he's such an impactful player and why you picked him for the head-to-head. He has just been hitting shots left, right, and center. He's all over the map. He's getting so much control for the rest of the team. Space. Awesome stuff that we see. Chew's playing really well. No one lacking for Liquid right now, Mac.
We got Ishui.
Is that from a Mac video?
That the... No, I haven't seen that one. I think Nart's actually thrown that one through. It's the top door smoke. A little bit safer than just the one in the middle of the doors. Flash towards short here. Forced off Fallen. Icy repositioning towards long with the control that they got at the start of the round. Then we got Liquid. Happy just to throw the progression utility and maybe go for a double pump because they have all their eggs in this one basket of short. Fake smoke for the B-split. Just threatening that one for VP, who are still tucked away with the 2-3 setup.
45 seconds now, starting to have that time tick. Keen focus onto that line. If we've ever talked about a more important round to try and hold the shots with this AWP, Icy, it's going to have to be you, my friend, to try and defend this one a little bit longer. Already dropping down, does narrowly miss a shot. Blinded, gets the shot though. Very keen onto Nertz, but he does get traded. Twist finds that back, but it gives enough time for Flamus and Electronic. But Ultimate is still here, Mac, looking to now clear out towards long. But Flamus, he is straight out of there. It's onto Naf to try and find something on this flank, but he just can't connect with any of these shots. Ultimate now has to do it all. 10 seconds left on the clock, and they are completely separated. Naf can't do anything. He might be able to find the plant here. That could be absolutely huge. Good nade. Makes it awkward. Naf finds one. Surely, Mac, this round is not going to happen. No way. No way at all. Naf's just going to let it happen, and that is a desperately needed round here for Virtus.pro. Icy did connect with one as he was blinded, and I think that was just enough to keep them in tow.
Honestly, I didn't think they were going to let him plant there, but well played from VP to finally get on the board. Welcome the second half. Now, has been started. Naf feeling like that activation of the lurk just came through a little bit too late, a bit disjointed. So maybe next time it'll work a bit better. I like the theory of that push in from the CT just to try to get that long control, but Flamus locking things in, locking down as much map control as needed, and the A site was defended. Now what do we got here? Liquid again going for the mid control, looking to put
timing!
A bit of pressure on short, and it's gone well so far. Incendiary will stop the pump.
Really lucky, isn't it? Now the additional Molotov should force IC back down towards CT. They've just got so much control for free. But Fame, he's picked up the secondary AWP into this round. Mac does drop Shuey. Pops the smoke open to have a little bit of an extra look. Nothing though home. And that's a massive opportunity here for VP. This is the round that they desperately need to start to claw their way back. Money's still solid for Liquid, but at least it could be some sort of effort towards this big pilgrimage that they need.
Until getting tossed around. Twist having his say. What have we got here? Molly towards short for IC, who does have a helping hand in Flamus, who beats this utility, goes forward, keeps fighting on elbow, and this is almost good enough for the round. Dink onto ultimate, but won't finish the job just yet. Flamus is hungry for more, and the Molly's going to lock him in. No scope, no good. Flamus gets it done, and he is happy with that.
That is the man you want to be seeing fragging, right? Flamus just absolutely charging down short. Able to find the 4K as well. Massive confidence booster for the side, but it was all off the back of this opening here from Fame. Able to sort of shift them back into bay. They walked their way up short. It was great utility from Liquid to get into that position, but look at this. Marching through. 2 bullets left in the 5-7, and they are cheering. It's so crazy, Mac, how a round like that can really sort of shift the mental of the team.
Yeah, for sure. You get one on the board, all of a sudden the others seem that much easier. You get past that first mental hurdle, and then the scoreboard hurdle too.
Flick getting that opener onto Shuey as well already. Such a key moment. This is where the economy can start to break for Liquid.
Long control looks to be the priority for both teams right now. That furious smoke from Flamus, just going to get refreshed. Little flash as well, just to make sure no one snuck through. And then over towards mid. Door smoke gets blocked, which could leave a gap at the top. VP deciding exactly what they want to prioritize now. Molly towards short. And like with long lost, they need some kind of map control. And short.
We found a hell of a lot of information up towards tunnels as well, so they have lent away from it a little bit. But again, with all that long control open, you know, it makes it so hard for them to try and get back into this position, get back up on towards the top of a site. But they are going slow here about it, Liquid. Buying their time. They want to fight it.
Oh, they go on the fade, but a little early. And the smoke dissipating works out better for Liquid, who are just going to happily contact the whole way up. They hear the util coming. Smoke broken. Reveals nothing, but another comes down. Time ticking away. Twist across the top, looking for an entry, looking for more. But are they getting a little too greedy? The time, again, 10 seconds now to get to site and plant. And all VP need to do is stop that bomb from going down. Nap at car needs to be the difference maker. 1 for 1. Twist holds on. And this is looking like Liquid might just be bringing this back from the depths.
How have they done this right now? Back to a 2-on-2. Twist and Ultimate just absolutely clearing. Icy, my friend, your moment is now looking to clear around towards Wizard, but Ultimate is going to be able to find him. Not just an AWPer, good with the rifle. And that is such a massive turn of events there. No way we were going to see Liquid find into that round. It was an opening pick from Flit here up towards Palm Tree. Shuey, the captain, gone. But then they clear Mac. They try to get that additional information towards Long. They've already cleared B. They were happy with what they found, but they go a little bit too far. Fish out a little bit deeper into the waters that are uncharted. And Liquid find map point here off the back of it.
Instant mid-smoke. More aggression from Nertz this time. Ultimate as well. Goes toe-to-toe, but wins that AWP battle with Icy this time.
5 and 15, Icy, man. You just can't be having games like this, but nerves do kick in.
Flit now has heard that pressure at mid, but Nertz already beating the utility. But will get hard cleared. Has the shots. They're good enough for Flit to be able to find himself the upgrade to the AK. Brings it back, evens things up, and even better from Fame. Nice aggressive angle there into upper tunnels. And will fall away with the man advantage.
Yeah, he tried to do it last round, but obviously no one's been kicking down that way. So the investment from Fame, able to find that position. Flamus picking up the AWP as well. So they still continue on to the only sort of lesser equipped person is Electronic, and Mac, he is pushing, he is creeping. Will we find Twist here? No, the damage is dealt, but he's still alive, still breathing. And now it's back to the 3-on-3.
Unfortunate scenes, but still a chance. Flamus, Fame, both with AWPs. It'll do establish long lines towards Long. It works. And Flamus needs to do even more work now. With Flit falling, things get awkward. And double AWP on the retake could get incredibly awkward.
25 seconds now. Utility keeps Fame at bay. It's going to have to be on Flamus again. Ultimate creeping all the way around, holding this line. Doesn't want to overinvest. Doesn't want to overstep. Shuey spotted out. Really awkward now. Ultimate has to clutch out the 1v2 to try and finish this one here. Mackie jumps up. He goes high. And he's certainly not dry. The man is moist in the form of Liquid. And that is an opening map onto Dust2 here. What a start in IEM Melbourne 2025.
Beautiful, beautiful opening for sure. And we want to see a little bit more from them, but that's Dust2. Get to the cooking right now, because Mirage is on the horizon. Shuey's brain up against Electronics. Whose is better, Mitch?
That's a hard question, Mac, right? Electronic has been around for a hell of a long time. He looks a little bit flashbanged in his photo, but that means he's bloody excited to get into Mirage. Now, heading down into tunnels is going to be Ultimate. He rips off the head of Flamus. My God, Flit is there to trade it out, but Nertz on the flank. Oh, what? No way. There's no way Flit's found 3. How has he done that, Mac? Absolute turn around. Jesus. Now the pace has to be picked up by Twist, trying to get on towards the side. Fame will drop him naff all alone. And he's not looking super thrilled about it, is he? That is just ridiculous from Flit.
I think the Naffers are going to have to send some energy if they want Naff to bring this one back.
Oh.
Flit is feeling it. He is warmed the hell up after map 1.
We were literally just singing Nertz's praises as well, and then he couldn't hit him on that backwards player model.
Okay, isolated fight for the first, jumps into 2, and Fame snatches away the 4th from Flit. But you'll take that as VP. Every day of the week, CT pistol in the bag, no plant, more importantly for TL. So round number 2 is going to be difficult.
I still need just some time. Like, how he had so much time, Mac.
It was like a slow flick. It was like you know when there's a fly like buzzing around your ear, and you're kind of like, get the hell up with what are you doing? It was like that. It was so chill. It was too chill.
Way too chill. And a pistol for Virtus.pro. You love to see it. Great start into the round here, and the excitement that they need to really kind of kick them forward. Flit's happy to confidently waltz up mid as well, and it's going to be a very, very casual default here for Liquid. Not really a hell of a lot they can do here, but Flit needs to be careful he doesn't overextend.
All right, no M4 donation this time. You heard your wisdom. Oh, he is still hanging around. Decoy towards the top of mid. So Flit at least has the location of one of these T's, just chilling around T spawn, trying to bait out the aggression. The 4-man setup. Nertz isn't even looking at his monitor. He's just chilling. Yeah. They're just laughing. They're just
it almost looks like the round's not live, but it is live. Now they're moving. Now they're making their way up mid. Oh no, not like this. That's an M4 recoverable. Did they get it? No.
It was almost a donation.
Yeah.
Ends up being laid down as a bit of a trap. Fame guarding it, Icy not too far away, but it may be electronic getting tested if they keep going through apps. Underpass the place they send it though. Reroute, Icy, next point of contact. A little slow on the trigger.
Yeah, he is, isn't he?
But he gets it.
Okay, yep, that's fine. Kind of maybe looking at the mini-map or something at that point in time, but 3K for him, that's got to be surely a little bit of an emotional boost there after the previous map. Just some nice eco frags.
Confidence.
Always good for the confidence, exactly.
Draws it back, has that helping hand with Fame up on short. And off the back of that, Liquid looking like they will put more priority towards mid earlier this time. Top mid smoke and window. Extra util, not quite going where it was intended. Ultimate gets team flashed to eternity.
Really scrappy round, isn't it? What is going on? Flit back into connector, not up top mid this round, but with all the flashes going on, I feel like there's been a little bit of miscommunication on the Liquid camp. Not all working out for them, is it?
Not quite, not yet. Ultimate with the top con smoke will be able to at least slide his way up. Twists, deep molly. Flit will get tagged one time. Ultimate with the info. Does he make a move yet? He knows that Flit has to have been pushed right around the corner there, but he doesn't know who is on that A site or where Flamus is currently playing. In the meantime, though, it's all about just locking down Con with that bomb rotating all the way back towards ramp. Naf as well. Individual pushes coming in different angles. Great timing on the block at Palace. Flit. Oh, he's found a timing perfectly. Catches ultimate with the util in hand. Twist goes down. The trade, it was just there on a silver platter. But Flit looking like he is ready and wants revenge for map 1.
Yeah, big 3K already, and that just basically parks Shuey and Naf. Not really a hell of a lot they can do. Electronic already on the hunt here. And I think he actually might be able to catch it as well. If Shuey's not ready, this could get really, really awkward early on. It looks like he is ready for the clear. We'll get taken down to 19 in the process. But yeah, 13 seconds, saving a weapon into the third round of a map like Mirage is not the confidence booster that you are looking for. In fact, it crushes your kind of hopes and dreams a little bit here. Flit starting off 6-1. Very few members of Virtus.pro going down in this map so far. Yeah, very tough decision to be making to save this early on in the map.
Great discipline, though. Displayed by VP. After getting those picks and the man advantage, not overextending. Was happy to play for the info. Played a lock in the rounds. And lock it in they shall. 3 on the board. Money in an odd way now for Team Liquid. And with nothing left in the bank, they are just going to force around the 2 rifles saved. Ultimate just down to the Deagle. couple of Galils in the mix just to make something happen now. Maxed out round loss bonus does allow you to do that. But a slower approach, just that top mid smoke. Ultimate first point of contact.
Oh.
Boom. Shoot strike back right through.
Deeg. Yeah. Ripping the head off of Fame. Flit now looking a little bit awkward. Going to get sent packing back towards short. And this is the time where we are seeing Flammus try to get a little bit of extra control of A main. Still having electronic jump spotting this time, not around where he's pushing forward. Will allow the smoke to sort of buy some additional time. Just watching on the other side of the one-way. Flammus happy with his info towards A main, re-smoke of the position. And now it's just going to be back towards that mid-pop from Liquid. Still a minute left to work with.
Oh, I loved that from Electronic. But now he may be overcooking the roast.
Oh, no way.
He tells me to shut the hell up. Bomb down and the round right in front of him.
Yeah. Liquid just taking a little bit too long, right? You know, Electronic, I thought potentially he might have bit off a little bit more that he could chew. I don't think Shuey was spotted, though. This could be a massive play from him if he can find the timing, but he'll have to slip the net, trying to get around. But Icy looking towards Market. Well done. Nice little pick up there. Coffee in hand. Now Flammus already into position as well. They've just got him completely in a chokehold, don't they, Mac? There's been no opportunity for Liquid at all to do anything to potentially deal with a save prospect. Again, back-to-back rounds on the T side. It is gut-wrenching.
Swing. Damn good. Flammus knows he can't slow peak those ones. And with Twist on the ground, it's just Nertz in a 1v4. Doing great work over on D2, but unfortunately will be left all alone. And VP won't hunt him down. They'll just celebrate. Happily move across into the next with a flawless CT side so far. Big
There's a whistle.
I did not believe he was going to get those two, but the angle's just a little too awkward for Liquid to fight back.
Just that little microsecond where they're getting out that utility, right? You know, a frag there, taking down Electronic, it would have put the pressure onto Icy and maybe around for Liquid, but they're just going a little bit too slow. Maybe not as much confidence as they had on Dust2, which is crazy. Icy now interconnected nice and early. Will be Molotov out. So no action to happen here just yet, but it's simply only the hero AK from Nertz. We were talking about earlier how good a hero AK can be, but will it be the necessary evil for the side of Team Liquid here? That Molotov making it so awkward. Fame finding another Mac. They are just clearing house right now. They don't want any guests. Very slow and weird looking game right now, isn't it?
I'm just trying to figure out who they're going to give the boot to. Ultimate. Ugh. He's the one to go. No beds left. No vacancy. Flit now. Ooh, awkward. Brings it back with the spray.
That's the AK gone.
Will get retrieved. And Flit. Oh, happy to go again. Flash. Not quite as deep as VP would have hoped for. Decides to just back away. Let Icy do his stuff. Close range. Twist. Good for one. The AK going to be tossed across AWP as well. And VP looking like a whole different team moving into Mirage.
Yeah, whatever conversation they've had in the break, Matt, clearly it's looking good for them right now. They're playing a very, very comfortable CT side. They're proactive. They're finding space. They're happy to peak. They're getting traded nicely. It's just all really working out for them so far. I mean, it still is well and truly early days, but, you know, on the side of Liquid, just no one yet to activate, not a single player with more than 2 frags. So it's all not really kind of going their way. And look at this early prod over towards BMAC as well. Already seeing so many members trying to dive their way in. Up very close. Icy might actually be on the line, but he does choose to fall away here. Twist is going to be so careful, but Electronic is going to be kept at bay.
They're really playing for the extremity. Electronic being placed deep in Apps. Icy spots that shoulder. Goes on the tight line. Shuey baits the shot and gets the info. More importantly, knows that VP are happy to play aggressive there.
35 points of damage each way. So they've definitely given them a little bit each. Now back to the Unders war. There just, again, hasn't really been a hell of a lot of early control being taken by Liquid anywhere. You know, they've gone towards mid, but A's been very passive. Haven't really seen much coming out. And I guess it's just because VP have kind of got them on strings a little bit. Some puppeteering going on.
smoke on window. Liquid just trying to figure out where they want to be. And the bomb, slowly but surely, making its way towards the back of Apps. Good flash in. VP get aggressive. And they will not let that map control get stolen away from TL. Man advantage now. And still the two-man aggressive setup here on Apps. Electronic up on the balcony. And did have Icy helping him. It's an oldie but a goodie.
Oh.
Hot flash ready for Apps. That's going to go down.
Oh, Icy.
Electronic. Not even needed.
Oh, dude.
Himself, bro. Straight from the bench. Just knocking him down. And we asked questions. We asked a lot of questions saying that D2 was just not a good enough performance out of Icy in particular. But he is really making us eat our words.
Yeah, man, and this is just looking like some really, really poor quality Counter-Strike coming out from Liquid right now, and you can see that it's putting a little bit of tense nature in them. The assistant coach there is having a little bit of a chat to give them a bit of a pump up, as you said, obviously, Mytha stepping away. So really, they're just trying to work out what needs to happen on this roster. But yeah, there's just the way that VP are approaching it. Like even then, Flit finds the pick mid and then immediately dives in towards A main. He's already got that control, allows Flammus to rotate away. Yeah. Icy's hitting his shots. Electronic, they've already got the info early in apartments. They're just being starved of position on the map, aren't they, Liquid? Now they're back to Tech 9s, man. You know, it's not a happy-looking prospect really in any which way. Still doable, though. Early days.
Yeah, we'll see what changes. At least for this round, Liquid going all in over towards the A side. Somewhere they haven't spent a lot of time so far. Mostly just looking for that mid control. Great timing on the block in Palace. This is just going to be Icy tested solo. If Liquid come for the pump, smoke's going everywhere, and there won't be vision. The site will be in the hands of Liquid. Retakes may be necessary. Icy spots some info, but smoke getting broken. But there is going to be space to plant here, and TL force it to be a retake here for VP. CT control, going to be dominated. Icy regaining vision, regaining a couple of kills, but not communicated. The smoke was fading. Ultimate going to be able to get the trade there with the Tech 9, and he might be able to do it.
Ultimate
up onto Electronic, and now we're down to the 2v2.
No way Ultimate brings this one back for the team, right? It was all Icy there, but Ultimate has gone diving in. Whether or not he'll be able to expend it all, though, for the ace he would need. It's solo Dolo now up towards Techstar. Flit is up close. Does get the spot. Can he spray through the smoke? Has he got enough time? Almost back. Is it enough? No! It's not Fame. The celebrity hiding in the smoke. No vision. Paparazzi can't spot him this time round, but Ultimate, unfortunately... Yeah, well, it's been wasted this round. 4 for none. That sucks.
My lordy. That was it. That was the one. But Team Liquid could not buy a round right now. They get it.
Electronic.
So close.
Stone cold, hey.
Oh.
They were a little bit slow to that A site, though, I suppose, right? You know, Electronic held very, very long, making sure it wasn't a fake there. Mid control was sort of slow through Con, but, you know, they just let it happen and it ended up working out for them. It was just that kind of scrappy trade through CT that made it possible for Ultimate, but I like the fact that they take the pause quickly as well, Mac, that they, you know, aren't going to let that one shake them. But 7-0 is just such a ridiculous prospect after what we saw on Dust2.
I love flippy floppy Counter-Strike. I thought, you know, trade and maps was a thing of the past, but we are here and we are living. Truly love to see it. But again, Liquid, at least with the bomb plant, round loss bonus all sorted out. They got that full buy here, but they don't have mid control. Nert's going to be knocked to his knees and Twist as well. Answers with one, pushing on the extremity. Flammus falling the anchor out of the equation. And instantly you see VP reacting, going back for the CT control instead, and making sure that they can put themselves in a position to succeed.
Only danger is just they've got so much control of CT here, don't they, Mac? You know, Twist already taken down to 5 HP, not looking anywhere. Flit just able to decimate on towards the site. Shuey, he did find one over towards mid, but that feels like worlds ago now. Oh man, they just had so much control of the side, but you can really see that there's just miscommunication right now. You know, Liquid are not on all the same page, and they are making a map that, you know, some people can just walk out A main and just run for it and make a round work. They are just falling apart little by little. And they're giving so much space here to him as well. Shuey should be able to pick up the bomb. He doesn't go for it just yet. I actually like the approach from Electronic, trying to wrap around, put a bit of a strangle onto him. They're giving him way too much space, and I feel like that's part of it, just lull him into a false sense of security, right? But yeah, this is just not looking good in any which way for Liquid right now. It would have to be an absolute miracle. But Icy's right on the line. He's looking quick this time. Maybe it was just a little bit of a time to wake up Mac in Dust 2 because he's looking really, really good now.
True. I actually changed the time on my laptop. I'm not in Europe, so I can't remember the time right now. It'd be getting towards midday, right? It'd be like 9, 10 a.m. So all the Euros maybe starting to feel it as the day goes on.
Oy, oy,
Oh,
oy.
I was close. Look at that. All right. Look, guys, it has just changed. Daylight savings have flipped here in Australia as well as over in Europe. So my head's all over the place.
4 p.m. here, almost.
So what have we got this round, though? Liquid, again, going to try their hand on the A site. Twist, right side utility, a little bit extra, just to try to get them out. And it looks like they want to go toe-to-toe and fight for CT this time. Molly at Sandwich has been extinguished because the stairs smoke didn't go where intended. Mid-site smoke makes things a bit more awkward for the team to play around, but that's going to be 3 kills, one of which is Nap taken Nerds out. It's enough to get the site and maybe even CT. Icy hitting everything, though, and a flash denies him vision.
Yeah, absolutely. It's completely pushed him away. Where does he want to try and retake this? Electronic seems like he's still pretty keen to try and make something happen. If he does drop down, he will hear Twist, but instead he spots the toes, and maybe that makes it worthwhile having a bit of a look in here. Icy now overly keen, but he's cleared the wrong side. Naf into jungle, and that's Electronic pulling the plug. Finally, guys, chat. Are we back? Liquid around on the board, and it comes down to just the simple basics of just go out A main with a couple of smokes.
8 is all they get. That's what I heard.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Am I right, Liquid fans? Or am I right?
To my naffers out there.
Let's see if they can back it up. Here's those kills, a couple of which we missed. Lovely shots.
Seemingly
Great question. I was just
locked
checking.
in, right?
You, Mitch? I know. I actually know for a fact that outside A, you would not be able to smoke window.
Yes.
I know for a fact.
I get all my facts from you, Mac. Yep. So that's all I need, really.
Ooh. Ultimate covering Nerds here, who... Flash at the ready, aggressive maneuvering. Flit still out on an island. But Fame is going to be able to fight with him just in time. Snatches that one away, but Ultimate won't go for the trade. Sitting right on back, but the underpass push starting to make their way through. Smoke there. Gets broke. Shuey, oh, the creep. But the trade game not going to look good. Twist still tucked away. Doesn't go out with his teammate. Oh, and things getting awkward real damn quick. The CTs find themselves in what was a 5v2. Ultimate quick flick and Naf a lurk on A. Will they be able to meet back up and try to win a 2v5 of all things?
It is really looking puggy, isn't it? You know, they are so far away from each other. Their mid controls haven't been optimal in any way. They've just been kind of duked out, I suppose you could say. Just the dynamic positioning of these members, especially, you know, Fame and Flit out mid, have been able to do it time and time again, just frustrating any sort of opportunity that Liquid are trying to create themselves. And now as all that utility starts to march through, Ultimate might find another 1 or 2. I mean, they'd have to basically give it to him on a silver platter, wouldn't they? Molotov on towards the top of stairs. Maybe that's something worthwhile. Does hear the tick. Smoke can go through. With bomb in hand, Mac, maybe there's something that he can start to fashion himself out of. Not a hell of a lot, but... Electronic's position in main is going to make it a little bit too spicy. But speaking of spicy... Take away the first 2 letters, Icy, getting it done.
I loved the theory. I thought Roland from Poland was going to molly stairs and then just straight up jump in it and run at VP. And it would have been crazy. It would have been heroic, but he missed the jump.
Yeah.
Adori was jump spotting, which, let's go with that. All right, give him benefit.
There's no trades though, Mac. That's, you know, we need this so desperately for Liquid, don't we?
It's all right. I feel like VP needs this more because I want to see both these teams go toe-to-toe on Ancient, low-key.
Oh, man.
I think that'll be the fun place.
Let him cook. Ancient's the place to do it, but Ultimate, okay. Finally getting the engine revving. Could be a potential resurgence even if they don't pick up the map. At least some sort of life breathed into it could be utilized, but oh man, Nerds caught with his pants down. Flamus, is he going to be able to do anything here? Naf finding one with the Mac 10, but again, it's looking really, really awkward. That Molotov should flush him out. Oh, misses a shot? Maybe. Okay, Naf, an opportunity here. He's picked up the AWP, but he doesn't. Look, I don't know what he's pressed on his keyboard just then, but it's a 2-on-2 somehow. Ultimate in mid.
Weird situation. Naf, great timing to hit that accelerator and find himself the quick double, but the job's not done. And the space in between these two doesn't matter if Ultimate hits fucking shots like that. Quick scope, is it enough to get another? Not this time, and Shui's got 2 kills on the board, looking for a third.
He's still in Palace.
Gets it, my lord.
Oh, what is this game, Mac?
That was a weird round. That was weird. Let's run it back. Let's get to the next one. Let's forget about that.
I wish to forget about that forever. Great shots from Ultimate though, man. I mean, I'll give him that. Flamus, good timing. Naf gets a couple, but what happened here? Did he quick switch to the knife or something? Is that what I'm seeing?
Well, he saw a smoke, and the CT body was like in the edge of the smoke, doing the engine thing without the molly. So it was just weird. It was just awkward. You wouldn't expect one to solo push through a smoke like that. It is understandable.
Yes.
But a 9-3 half might be what Liquid are looking for to try and get a 2-0 on the board. 10-2. That's a big hill to climb.
Gonna have to spend plenty of time on that Stairmaster.
Ooh, contact our pal. You don't see this too often at all. Silent
too, completely. Flit does get the early information, but surely he hasn't seen anyone else towards unders. It's Ultimate with the AWP. Shotgun AWPing. But they've got to make sure they don't overlook Flamus. No, Mac, no. It can't be happening like this right now. Inside Sandwich, but will Naf be eaten? We'll have to see shortly. Icy forced away by that flash now. They're still stuck. Flamus can do so much here by just buying the team additional time to rotate. They start to swing out. One up in Palace. Oh no, it's all falling apart. Naf somehow finds it. This is just chaos. I can't tell what's happening at all. Icy might be able to stop something. Does spot them up towards Palace. But look at this flank. Electronic, he's inside Palace. Will he be the king? Picks up the AWP, but can he drop down? No way he finds this with the 5-7. Not quite. Icy now in the clutch. It's all over. Spaghetti on the floor, out of the pockets. They're trying to pick it back up. Icy will connect, but he has to find more, and I don't think he's going to be ready for this flank. It would be abysmal if they miss it, but Nerds. Oh, some way. I hate every single bit of it, Mac. But Liquid find 3.
Absolute machinima or cinema, one of the two. It's lots of crazy stuff going on in the server. Could be a story for another time, a tall tale even, but will it get taller? Will it get longer? Do we need 3 maps to separate these 2 teams? Or can Liquid turn their things around right now? They're the questions that we're going to get answered here in the second half of Mirage as Liquid move on to the CT side. VP calling a stellar CT side. Great defense, but can they find more here? It's their time to put the aggression on.
Machinima's giving me PTSD, Mac, but that's maybe what I need to bring myself back into this map, right? Virtus.pro, real good opportunity to do it, but same with Liquid. A pistol turnaround would be huge from them. They've got 3 here. The utility starts to march its way out. Twist is not going to be immediately ready for it. Already starting to charge on in. Flamus with 1, but it's traded out. Naf, the boost onto the box. A classic position for the 3K. You absolutely love to see it, but now a 3-on-2. Still an opportunity. Icy able to hold on for it for a little bit longer. Nerds will march, though, forward and push back. Fame. Last man standing, 1-on-2, has a little bit of time to work with, and the positions are known. They just got to clear on out, get in towards this one. Shuhei spotting him out, but again, it's just this over sort of awkward position where he just needs to manage to find the dance, not step on anyone's toes. It's just going to be that ring around the rosy. Who's going to be able to spot it out first? It's so awkward, isn't it? Just trying to collect onto this one. Not a single chance. He almost was able to find time to go A at that point, but it does not happen. Nerds will find, and the round is done for Liquid.
They figure out the conundrum. The brains trying to figure out how to set up a crossfire, how to play that one together. Shuey couldn't manage to do it solo, but they will swing on the right side together eventually and lock in that CT pistol. Very important if they even wanted to think about a comeback here. And VP, no plant means no moolah moving into round 14. So it should just be a slow one. You can see they're all grouped up, doing a similar thing. Just trying to punish any over-aggression for Team Liquid. Same as what we saw Team Liquid do to VP. In that second round of the game, if you can even remember that. That was years ago now.
Feels like it. That's such a good camera float.
I know you were into Guitar Hero, Mitch, and you were heaps good at that. But did you ever do the stacking thing with the cups and the what do you stack in the cups? It's just like blocks, right?
I can't even remember what it was called, but yeah, like it had to stack it up into a triangle and then like put it back down or whatever, right? Is that the one you're talking about?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. It's kind of like Rubik's Cube-esque. Like try to do it as fast as you could. No, I was horrible at that. I think like as good as I was at Guitar Hero, I think it was just purely hours and hours and hours put into it. Yeah.
I think we should consider, you know, for entertainment value when we're down in Melbourne. You know those between game activities.
Yeah.
I think, you know, trying to reenact the human pyramid may be a good idea. It could be a safety concern.
I was going to say that,
you know.
I mean, look, I'd love to see it. Who's going to snap some arms or legs, or we'll have to find out shortly. Nerds clearly snapping heads at this point in time with a couple of eco frags to boost the confidence back as well. They're returning, making it work.
Pattern them statistics, but you'll take it. Nerds needing the extra confidence after not necessarily having the sharpest first half that we expected. But here in the second, it is time for VP to put their money where their mouth is, guns on the line. And they are looking for mid control to kick things off. Top mid and window smoke, but mollied off on boxes. with all of that extra utility, Liquid through. It'll bait out more from VP to try and retake control.
It's giving it some additional time here. Really sort of slow approach from Liquid for a hell of a lot of these rounds in that previous half.
Yeah.
VP starting to adopt a similar sort of style, but again now looks like it's going to be that A pump as they cruise back around. Icy's collected the bomb here.
There must have been a tell here because Liquid, they've gone for full deep apps control, already smoking that one off. But look how heavily they have invested over towards A, already sending 4 players here. You've got Nerd still hanging around at jungle, making sure there's no boost into the window. But they must have seen this from VP before, and they are ready for it.
Yeah, absolutely. Straight on the mark. Shuey, though, overextending here could be detrimental, but he does manage to find Flitz somehow. That's information already gathered early. Now as he can collect the AK, what are they going to do here? How do they respond here, Virtus.pro? They've made their way in towards Connector as that smoke has faded. And now Ultimate gets a little bit of information. They start to march their way up. Nertz is going to be hearing all those little footsteps cruising on in. Still in the middle of sight. Nertz finds one. Ultimate getting another as well. This is great stuff as Flammus does respond, but he's all alone in a 1v4. Would have to be a miracle to turn this one around, but with 15 seconds, I think he's turning himself around, Mac. And Liquid, they are just closing the gap slowly but surely, right? 3 rounds the difference now.
I need to say, positional perfection. After Shuey went and took Palace control, you can play for the retake, but Liquid didn't need to. Having so many players there, you saw them pivoting from default, pivoting from jungle, playing off one another so spectacularly. It's another round in the bag. You got to love to see it, and you got to love this. That is picture perfect for Liquid if they want to make the comeback happen.
Yeah, and look, all I can say is to Virtus.pro, if they do lose this map, it would just be, detrimental to their competition. Obviously, they go down into that lower bracket, but also they've got to deal with the emotional tax of having lost such a strong start. I think we were, 7-0 before we started to see Liquid find anything. And it was looking bad from Liquid. And again, I can appreciate it sometimes, playing against a really solid team with all the fundamentals, trying to play a tough T side, with limited sort of experience under this new calling style and everything like that. Maybe some roles changing, who knows? It can be really, really tough. But if you get up 7-0 and then you somehow let it slip to a CT side of Liquid in its current state, it is going to be, a tough pill to swallow.
Okay, full fake at mid, con and window smoke, but VP all in towards apartments. Great timing on the incendiary just to buy an extra 7 seconds or so. Nade for follow. Looking pretty good here. Liquid not reading this round as well as the last one. Not yet, at least. Naf trying to jump on the pipeline. As much info as possible. But Flammus, you can see in that position he is. He can half hear that jump peak. Was trying to be silent. Info gained as well with the walk back at unders. Might trigger a rotation as the CTs are going to be able to find Flip there. Nade getting broken and it works out so well for Naf.
Oh no.
Beautiful couple of kills there. Spraying them down and locking down the B side.
Yeah, and that hero AK has done absolutely nothing, has it? 100 points of HP on every single member of Liquid here. Last 2 members inside the apartments. Naf's just been spraying and praying, blind, finding damage, left, right, and center. Weapon dropped over. Chris has got the info. Electronic will be able to find one, but again, no HP. He's the only one with Kevlar. Icy, he's been taken down by Ultimate, and that's going to be Electronic, meeting the same fate as Liquid. Again, close the gap continually. 7 rounds now, 2 to go. And you just got to wonder what's going on in Electronic's mind right now. It is seemingly falling apart, and I don't think you can blame it specifically on the calls, but it seems to be just very defaulty, right? They don't seem to be finding that space that they desperately need, and Liquid are capitalizing on that, Mac.
You love to see it. Absolutely love to see it. And I'm having a positive outlook now. I thought Liquid might have done a bit more in the first half on that T side.
Glass half full kind of guy.
The CT side might be their forte. Getting real aggro. Nerds playing with fire. And he's not going to get burned, but he will leave Electronic quite singed there towards the top of mid. And VP just slowing things down, trying to figure out what the hell is going on.
Yeah. Really scrappy, isn't it? Again, you know, what have they got for that damage? Nothing. They've had to just cruise their way back. Electronics down to 22. They got a little bit of information in apartments there in Palace now as they cruise back around. It looks like they're going to go for the A default. Another mid-smoke. Heading on through.
What was the second one?
Top con?
Nah.
Oh.
You haven't watched the videos. You haven't been watching.
Hey, whoa.
That one. You saw it in stream. It was con.
Yeah.
Thank you, Zarks. Doing God's work, mate. What do we got here?
Dry walk Palace.
Yeah, a smoke pump out towards the A slot with just Ultimate here, who's looking at main. This is the timing. There is a window. And if they go right now, Liquid could be in trouble.
They're definitely giving it time, though, aren't they? They've waited for that smoke to fade. Another one will go up. The Molotov out. Ultimate finding the opening. They're really going to have to find this one, Virtus.pro. It's a desperate sort of approach here. Shuey dropping Flammus. Now up to a response, at least, from Icy. Fame getting another. Okay. A little bit scrappy there from Nerds. Not very good to find it. Now Naf with a bit of a tough decision here. Ultimate with the AWP. Still yet to find that plant. 15 seconds left. Having to try and find his way out of Palace here. They should be able to get the smoke down for Connector and get that plant accordingly. But Flitz found Naf, and now, yeah, it's a 1v3 for Ultimate. This should very well be the close of the round for VP. One that they desperately need to close 10.
I was thinking he was going to have a sniff, but decides against it. We have seen some silly things going on this game so far. I wouldn't be surprised, and I wouldn't be surprised if Roland from Poland won't be able to pack his bags and save that AWP. Fortunately for him, everyone else has plenty of cash in the bank, so the AWP can be reinvested into by somebody else. VP finally on the board for the second half. 3 more needed to take us to Ancient. Lovely shot from Flit through the smoke there. And things a bit more serious in the VP camp now on the player cams.
Yeah, as I was going to say, though, you know, needing a 3v5 turnaround to get your first T round on the board is a pretty rough position to find yourself in. But it's something. 3 rounds the difference now. They've given themselves a bit of a lifeline, bit of breathing room. Money's still not fantastic, but it's something, because money for Liquid also in a similar boat as the egregious position that the CT does give you when you make some financial indecisions. But they've gone deep. They've gone for the double AWP. Ultimate NAF will line them up.
VP again going for the top mid as well as window smokes, but not going all in just yet. TL have shown some mid aggression already. A few rounds now. And Shuey was solo at A for a moment. But he has a helping hand coming across in Ultimate. In the meanwhile, Naf has actually gone for that secondary AWP on a deep line into Apps. I don't know if he will get tested though. We do get a second wave of utility. Again, trying to signify maybe they will look to pressure for some short control. But you look at your map, Mitch, and you can see that the bomb is going Palace. So it's just going to be the push in silently through the con smoke. And we could see a timing caught from Fame here.
Yeah, this is awkward. Shuey is on a bit of an island here. They are trying to defend him as the Molotov. Oh no, Flammus. That's a little bit rough of a position now. He has to start underarm the flash and try and get his way out. He's doubled it. Icy has found one in the process. Ultimate drops Fame though to respond. And now maybe there's an opportunity again. They still have to try and make quick work from Shuey. He's feeling the pressure, but he's keeping nice and calm. The damage dealt though. Now found by Electronic. That's the AWP going down. And now they pulled the plug. They're marching their way out of there.
20 seconds.
The rotation has to go quickly. Exactly right, Mac. How long have they got? The rotation's already here. Now Flit has to try and find something on the way through. Electronic's position. If he's taken down, it could be all she wrote, but no. Twist gets the response. And now, is there even enough time to get onto the side? Twist could deny everything here, Mac. He could be the hero that they need. Yes. He has to be. He is the only man that can win this round. Drops the bomb. 5 seconds. There's not enough time to get around. Has to hit the shot. And Icy with a no-scope. Oh my God. Speaking of that, he's heating up.
A must hit, and he rolls the dice with a no-scope of all things. Oh, the expensive shotty. And that opening, the closing, Icy really showing what he's capable of here for VP on Mirage. Lordy. Lovely flick, and you see it means a lot to him. Two more needed.
Absolutely. I thought that was going to be the turn. You know, that was a real big moment for Twist there to just completely nuke the confidence of VP, but now they've got pistols only. They've chosen the right site to stack Max, so I think we are going to have a little bit of a brawl here. But surely Virtus.pro just do the right thing here, right? Surely.
We'll see. Depends on your term of right and thing. Is the right thing the Mac 10 getting 5 little eco frags? Because that's a pretty good thing. 1, 2, count them through.
Yep.
Third as well, but Flammer snatches the ace away. Finds himself the double, and it's a little pushover. Walking into the stack sometimes doesn't look as successful as that. But you've got to be happy for VP because they can sniff. They can smell Ancient. It's around the corner, and it smells like a rainforest.
Really does. Some quiet, dulcet tones, the chirps, the pitter-patter of the water. But all I can say is, Mac, that is a big round to be found by Virtus.pro. 5 second chances available for them to make sure they take us to Ancient. As I said, they have really got a big task ahead of them in doing so. They've already impressed us on this opening side of Mirage. A little bit slower in the second half, but they've recovered well. Now if they find Naf here, it could be big. Now finds Fame, and it's okay. It's a great start. First opportunity that we've seen in a while for Liquid here, and ultimate finding Flammus too. Big round for Liquid so far.
2-man advantage. A great place to be in. And just shifting the troops around. Back into more passive positions. Doubling up on B. Not getting too aggro at mid. And just using that incendiary to try and get some info. But Flit extinguishes. Happy to show his hand. He's looking to try and fight this one. Back into VP's favour. Electronic not too far away. But, knife out at the wrong time, and Nerds will pounce.
Electronic and IC left to do it all on their own. IC having a much better game, 17-9, but really any information as Naf just drops Electronic. A very lackluster round here for Virtus.pro. And IC, I think, is just going to try and do the hero thing, just barricade the doors and sit in Palace, holding on to his AWP for the next round. Again, money is good enough. They're going to have another buy, so they're going to be A-okay. But I think this was a pivotal moment for Liquid to get a bit of a boost back. Again, you know, even if they lose out this map, it's just about putting one foot in front of the other, rather, to make sure that they've got some level of a momentum into Ancient.
More importantly, 5 alive will make that economy look slightly more healthy. And it is very important if Liquid do want to take us to OT and run it back. It was OT last time these two teams went blow for blow on Mirage. So it wouldn't be too much of a surprise for anyone. This time, though, looking like there is more pressure and presence put towards the B side of things. VP changing it up.
Deep molly, allowing Naf to have a bit of a look in towards apartments again. You know, not being tested. They're just getting the fake flash out, waiting for this walk through underpass once more. Ultimate Twist with their eyes very firmly towards top mid, just leaving only Nerds to continue to watch your player to watch Mac, but Fame has just murked him straight out of there. The nade is decent to get it back onto Fame, dropping him nice and low, but in their position as well. Will Ultimate be able to find him? No! Fame denying! Great stuff. 20-12 now from Fame. Only needing to find 3 more kills to take us to Ancient. It's been a great map from him so far. Now as that utility does start to burn out towards B, they're going to try and make Nat feel a little hot under the collar. Twist does find Fame though. Maybe there's a moment in time, not quite spotting it. Flip finds, but no, Naf's found it, Mac. Could be back on here in the round, has to reposition. Electronic hasn't spotted him. He's back in the smoke, moving around market, but has he got his groceries? Creeping around through the back of this smoke. He's got all the timing in the world, but I think it's going to be okay. Twist would have to do so much work from this position. He's gone completely unspotted, but now they've got that information. Electronic looking for it. Does not know that he's down towards the bench, and it could very well be Shui. who recently sent someone onto the bench to try and pick this round up.
Let's see if he can cut the mustard. 1v3 clutch would be huge, and I dare say T's are just going to swing this one on the contact. Boom. Corner not cleared. Flamus gets it done. 13-8, and Ancient will be confirmed.
What a turn. Virtus.pro clearly here to play here in Melbourne, Mac. It's a nice response from them. Again, they continue their trend of taking down Liquid on Mirage. Didn't need overtime this time round. They were looking much, much better. Bloody events that they've won back to back to back as well, so that's pretty sick. But here we are. We're back, Mac. We're into Ancient. Let's see who is going to fight the good fight. B control already being found, and you said pistol starting CT for Virtus.pro.
Lit on the Julies. Solid performance on Mirage, and looking to keep that up. Dink through the wood, so Electronic will live to tell the tale and gets out of dodge. Doesn't want to be dropping that flash scot-free, and sends it all the way to mid instead. Late red smoke coming through, and Twist looking to lurk up a storm. If he can get a pick here on a Flamus, maybe he'll call the troops back, but it is just going to be all down to the mid-round call-in here. And who can actually find this information? I'm loving this smoke. It's going to be the wrap all the way to B from mid. And Flamus, at least taking Twist out, makes things easier to hold. But they go through the smoke instead. Nerds.
What's happening?
Picked off. Naf won't go through him. And things go south real quick. Naf at least able to answer with one. But it's such an awkward position to be in.
It's kept some interest, though, towards CT, Mac, right? Shui's now walked his way out and ripped the head off of Flit on towards site, but he has to get marching forward, finding more. Shouldn't know the position. Shui, sharp as anything. Will he be able to find another? Electronic very, very low. They managed to at least pull it away. The info from Flamus getting back in towards Donut will be Naf. It's round very, very tough to get back into now for Virtus.pro. No kit down. Oh, man, what's it going to look like here? Shui still holding on, trying to find the additional shots, but he oversteps it. Getting a little bit too excited there. Tap onto the defuse now, holding on for as long as possible. Ultimate, ultimate, ultimate. Oh, god damn. Okay, we're so good. We're so back. Pistol for Liquid.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know, that is exactly why when you're defusing, you put your head down if you're sticking it. Because it's really hard to shoot from the back. Ultimate gets it in the end with, what, milliseconds left on that defuse. But it is going to be Liquid taking it the whole way to the next round.
Oh, man.
Oh, he was mid-celebration. He thought he had...
That close. But look, again, this game was always going to be scrappy, right? In more ways than one. We've been able to see it. You love back and forth Counter-Strike, Max. So do I. An underdog story. Always that kind of stuff. It's the good fight that we love. Yeah. Born by Asian Pacific Counter-Strike, we are. We know what it's like to have a little bit of chaos.
Nerds. Straight up the guts.
Ow.
Gets tagged as much as he gives out, pretty much. And Flit now just on 1 point of health to try and clutch in a 1v4. There is no world where that one happens. And it's going to be 4 alive at the end of it. Liquid starts strong on the T side. And Mitch, look, just to go back to when I asked which side of VP starting on, you were right.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm not often right, so I do need to relish in the moments when I am. I think planning a wedding has really sort of broken me down. It's like, did you really want my opinion on that thing, or did you just want to tell me what you wanted?
That's the one.
Yeah. It's going to be a beautiful day, though, Mac. I'm looking forward to it very, very much. But speaking of days, obviously one of these teams looking to continue forward to an attempt at making the arena down at Rod Laver. Beautiful part of Melbourne along the river, and Electronic. 1 for 1. Not bad twist. Getting the response here. Ultimate also finding one back. Shui. Oh, no. Flamus able to deny that one. Huge response. Maybe it's still on. Icy finding one as well through the smoke. Able to get it done for now. Winnable prospect. Bomb does get planted back, but still tough to overwhelm in the 2-on-3.
Very low individuals, but the fight they pick is with Flit, who is untagged.
They're all low.
Naf 1v3, couple of bullets will do it, but his position getting smoked off makes things real awkward. Flamus, he knows that the bomb is going to be planted, and this is a chance of the spam. Falling back, Naf will feel the pressure. This time, Flamus going close to the pillar, but the clip gets emptied. And that is going to be that. plenty of time for the defuse, I'd assume. It will be. Wasn't confident in that one, still getting used to the new UI. But it is VP with the third round on the board.
A good effort, nonetheless, though, from NAF, a 1v3 to try and pull it off. It was a good resurgence here. Like this pick from Flamus and Icy, also finding that one through the smoke in CT, just makes it a winnable prospect there for Virtus.pro in a round that I was not expecting to go their way, meaning that they will respond nice and quickly. First opening round here, and that has sort of murdered the economy of Liquid a little bit. Now investing fully. NAF only down to the Deagle. Galil for Shui. So yeah, it's a little bit scrappy from both these sides, but it's a duel down mid. No Fame, completely blinded. Ultimate somehow getting away with two. Shui as well. Liquid straight back into this one, not wanting VP to have a resurgence at all, but Flit, he's been proactive, getting down towards long here and looking to dive even further. It is going to be Nerds, Electronic to find one. Molotov might buy some additional time back, but look at already Ultimate up in Red Room. Oh, he should likely have to fall back, but he gets to Temple side, so maybe it's doable here.
Dodges that spam through the smoke. And Flit, around the world he goes. I don't think Twist has heard this either. So it will boil down to a timing, but Electronic cannot buy what he needs to. And it's a 1v4 angle. Flit at best gets one here, I reckon.
Yeah. I mean, look, there was a world where that round could have gone that way for Electronic, but unfortunately the dink with the FAMAS onto Ultimate means he goes down to 3 points of HP. And yeah, Flit looks like he's just going to slowly creep his little bootay back into a cubby to save. But yeah, good response from Liquid. Nice and quick. Just able to fight that good fight out mid. Ultimate with 3 is just ridiculous. 7-1.
Yeah.
Oh, he's been having a great series, hasn't he?
I love the patience that they displayed as well. Both the Donut players just waiting for the full flank in through red to find Electronic eventually. And just making sure all T's were crossed, all I's were dotted. And a third will be secured on the T side. 4 alive as well at the end of this one. Where's Ultimate?
Is he your Ultimate, Mac?
Yes.
Good.
I think he's Lee's mate. He's Mac's mate.
All right. So business clearly in the front for Liquid right now. Looking very, very good here on the T side of Ancient. Momentum building early is going to be a brilliant thing for them. And yeah, really, weaponry-wise for Virtus.pro, obviously it's looking a little bit grim. Just Flit to try and do some further damage. Are they going to fish him anywhere deep? Looks like he's moving towards B nice and quickly towards Cheetah and Cave. Will he do anything further, though? No, the smoke says.
Contact into Donut. And it feels like Liquid have done their homework here. Figuring out exactly what VP are bringing to the table on the CT side, and they are not ready for this. They've made no noise. This is free on the A site. Nerds flicking back for the second, and that should be the round.
How quickly it goes. Again, just expecting Flit to try his best to save this weapon once more. Rest of the team will be in tow to try and support him. Get him out of there. A little bit of a survival mission. But Ultimate's hungry, looking to continue forward and try and do some further damage. Electronic on the off angle should go down quickly, but great shot. Not exactly a recoverable weapon, but at least it is just sort of chipping away at that economy that is building slowly for Liquid. Great stuff. Always love to see it. Ooh. Good flash as well. That might actually mean Nert's going down too. So there is an AK that is recovered, which should give a bit of a boost towards Virtus.pro towards this next round as they do save those 2 weapons. So not bad at all, Mac. A good reconnaissance attempt. And Liquid, though, continuing their lead.
Yeah, it's a small win. You know, you'll take those. But I'm sure Liquid, very happy with the momentum. And so far, so good for their first showing on Ancient with Shui at the helm. Let's see if it is all downhill or if we are going to see them making their way up the river without a paddle at some point. They will all rely on the man on your screen, Electronic, calling up a better game. But for the moment, our TL looking damn good. VP looking a little shook. They don't look comfortable on the player cams. Like, you know, when they were vibing, when they were feeling it, they were smiling, hitting their shots. But now they've been tested. And it feels like it's shaking him up a little too much.
So do we see any change of pace here coming out of Liquid? Been pretty happy with their early duels, but the utility is going to keep them at bay per usual. Bit more of an aggressive lean here out towards Donut too, as they now march on towards the lower mid to try and find his control just below window. Flamus and Ultimate go 1 for 1. And then immediately pull right back from Liquid as well.
Doubling up. Fading the smoke out. But Twist in the pocket. They have an inkling that he is playing here, and the crosshair a little too high.
Okay.
Crouch peek from Electronic wins that small battle, but the molly out means it's hard to trade. He has to fight this one, but the molly sends him packing. And that's going to be the B side open for the taking. Only Flit to defend. And Icy swiftly trying to rotate across. TL making sure that it's a little thorough on the XE. Smoke comes through to short. Long and a pocket molly. But
really get away
on the counter util.
Yeah, with so much inside those Molotovs at this point in time. Hey, just didn't quite do what Electronic needed it to do. Now as they flash their way through, straight out onto side, Ultimate finding Flit. And yeah, Icy, I mean, look, he seems like he's keen in potentially going for it. Might just duck through the doors here, but if he can find the timing, if he can get this opening pick onto Ultimate, who is so damn low, but Ultimate has been sharp as anything right now. 3 kills for him, more impact under the belt. And whilst he was looking good with the AWP on Dust2, he has just been murdering with this with these rifles in the previous 2 maps.
Shots with the Kalishnikov. Oh. There you go. It's just sometimes a battle of timing. Obviously, Twist lost his battle, but then the other boys were around the corner and just caught Electronic with a molly in hand. So things again going well for Liquid. They're going to show more presence towards lane early on, sending 3 members this way. VP this time going heavier towards mid instead. That smoke on the molly dissipates the troops, and it is going to be a 1 for 1 in the end. Twist is going to be able to answer with 1 onto Fame down towards the bottom of mid, who didn't seem to be aware that he was left on an island. Flit very aggressive, so deep, so far through. I don't know if that was through mid or A main. I missed it, but it's not gone well for VP.
No, not at all. Not at all. I think it must have been through A main, and now Ultimate with a little bit of a shaky shot there. So Electronic somehow picks 1 back. I mean, there's not really a weapon that's recoverable out for Icy. So it's just the 2 members, Electronic and Flamus, with Flamus just going down. They still haven't got the bomb. That's the awkward thing though, Mac, here. It's so much work for Naf to do. He's just going to have to try and track his steps all the way through spawn. But he's just waiting. They know that there's so much information around. Icy's picked 1 up on the Nerds. That recovery weapon from spawn, but no, Naf, the patience has been so good. Very, very good fundamentals there from Team Liquid, not getting thrown at all. And they continued their streak, 6 to 1.
Really locking it back in. Something that you love to see. Just putting their pieces in the right spot to catch all those rotations. And Twist doing God's work for the pride of NA, the pride of Poland. Where are we at the moment for Liquid?
God knows, Mac. Mr. Worldwide is this org.
Earlier approach
back
from the T's. They are going straight at A. And again, it feels like VP are going to be caught with their pants down, not quite ready, shifting the rotation. But Icy lives to tell the tale and still could find impact with an AWP on low HP.
What is happening right now? They've got site control, but it's just a little bit scrappy. Flamus has found Ultimate on a completely blind spam. Flint not getting caught. Will he get nerds? It's so awkward. All these members are so low. But look at the positioning. One sitting in A main, one still in mid, and Kabi, Shui somehow finds that. Now they have the upper hand, despite being so segregated in the map. Naf does pick up Flamus as well. Oh man, Virtus.pro, it's just all falling apart for them, isn't it? Icy has to try and find these 2 1v1s. And where does he even take the AWP? Just holding it still in red room. They're not going to go past him at all. Shui sat Cubby like the entire round. He actually might get the catch here. Oh, is he going to peek the line? No, he won't. There it is. Shui gets the job done. He is gotten away with so much from that position in that round. 7 on the trot for Liquid. This is... Oh, how do you even put this for VP, Mac? Fame 0-8. It's just looking so lackluster.
Yeah, look, leaves some things to be desired. It feels like Liquid are kind of just running rings around him. Flamus did so much good work in that round. It was just, you know, a lapse of judgment with the gamble, hoping that someone had gone through Temple, gone aggressive through A, but he had no info. He was smoked off in Donut for so long. So unfortunately, was just vulnerable with his back towards A main in that 2v2. And things just go south quickly. Icy, obviously, left in a bit of a rough position and now won't have any AWP to activate into round 9. Money on the other side of things, though. Liquid looking very, very rich at the moment. We'll have 1 or 2 rounds to fall back on if things start to go wrong. You'd love to see that. And a fun bit of information as well, which Twitch chat, you might have a field day with this. Do you know Roland?
Yeah.
If you just arrange the letters around, you can spell Ronald. You know what Ronald is?
I like that. Ronald Weasley.
Oh, he's a bloody clown. But you tried, Mitch.
Clown for the clown fiesta, Mac. Just like we heard Holzerk talking about back on that Complexity v Mongols game, which I definitely agree some of those rounds were a bit chaotic. But speaking of chaotic, like already just charging out, Twister's found one, Icy's got one back. It's somehow a 3-on-3. Now getting through CT, Nerds. Oh no, Nerds. You want to be hitting those. Now a response. Flammer somehow gets it back. Okay. Ultimate in a 1v2. Gets the info, knows where the bomb is, but it's mollied off for the time being. He'll have to go digging, getting a little bit deeper around that corner, but the flank in from Fame. Got plenty of time to work with. 1:05 left on the clock now.
Interesting position to find himself in. Let's see if it's Roland or Ronald that we get in the 1v2. So much time and happy just to search for this second member. But Fame as well. This could be his time to shine. Eyes on his position. Jiggling, finding a little info he can have with his back tucked into the corner. Oh, there it is. He's worried. He's not confident. And Ultimate knows with 20 seconds, he can make this one work, but it's Fame to strike true. He's on the board.
He's on the board. He's on the board.
For VP.
Oh, man, what a confidence booster too, right? You know, he was having such a cracker of a map on Mirage, and to be able to find that one. But yeah, interesting sort of call in that round. They just go very, very quick up long. They're able to sort of trade it out accordingly, but then finding the advantage. Virtus.pro turn on a dime. And still doable here, right? You know, ultimately it is a relatively 50-50 map in the way it goes. You know, still trying to lean on that CT side a little more, I guess you could say. But VP straight down mid should find Nerds, but Nerds finds them. 1 for 1. Fame another run as well to put in the coffer.
Ooh, look at this approach as well. An instant shift to double donut, leaving B completely open. I don't know if Twist has heard the aggression all the way through cave, but they are going to try to retake mid control. And there is now 3 VP members here, flit towards the top, overwatching what's going down. And Flamus, a good man to be the point man. The trade game quite hard with the smoke on the fade. And Ultimate hits the ground, not running. Twist able to at least find one back on the refrag, but still on the lurk. And the bomb now down towards elbow. This is a difficult conundrum.
Yeah, separated too pretty badly. I mean, look, if it can get the old bait and switch here, if Twist can pull them into submission, but no, they are focused. They are walking together hand in hand. It takes 2 to tango, Mac. And unfortunately for Naf, he's got 2 left feet. And he's tripping all the way in towards A main. 50 seconds with, you know, not really a whole lot to be inspired by. Probably just going to have Liquid talk it out here just to try and work out what the go is. But nonetheless, Naf likely will go walkabout back towards mid, find a duel somewhere. If you can get at least one here, you know, maybe it's something worth it. But yeah, that money is starting to really dwindle away, isn't it? They've got another buy in the back pocket, but it's so important. Like if we see VP put together these next couple of rounds to edge out the half, 7-5, we're still on.
Yeah, he's gone bush, mate. He'll be right. Saban and Spawn. VP worried about their own economy, which they should be. You want 3 alive in these scenarios if you want to try to get that round gap. looking a little more healthy towards that second half, especially when you've chosen to start on that CT side.
Nice.
Momentum finally halted for Liquid. Just a lovely couple of trades here. The re-aggression, stellar. Twist couldn't do enough there. But look, Fame started the frag and VP win rounds. A crazy correlation.
Yeah. Getting kills, all 5 playing. Crazy, incomprehensible, really. But mid-control once again for VP. It seems to have been the key to their round success. But early on, look at that. Nerds finding 2. Does get traded by Fame, but he can only do a little bit of further damage onto Shuey. Down to 9. Advantage still going the way of Liquid firmly. Oh, that spot out window. Fame does manage to just edge away from it. Flip getting 1 onto Twist, but he's taken so low in the process. Round still on for VP, but they have definitely been peppered up here.
Heaven control gone for Liquid, but they will regroup at main instead. Look to center that red. Wait, is Flip walking through on 1 HP? Oh my lord, he could find a timing. There's eyes on his position. Naf ready for everything.
So bold. Giving up the opportunity. I mean, look, he's low. He's got to take a risk, but it doesn't come away with the reward. It's now eyes onto Icy. And he does split the net. Gets 1, but Shuey, great trade. Great response, Fame. Did he hear that information? He's walked down through the smoke. Can he find the timing? Not quite. He's going to have to run very, very quickly, depending on how quickly they can get around into Donut. Okay, they're safe. But now he has to choose to go into main. He should be able to get in there silent. I do like this as well.
It's just about a matter of how long this will take. And Liquid, they're going to sit out that smoke.
Kit Molly Flash.
Will turn their attention back towards Donut eventually. There it is. Shuey puts his life on the line for the information. Nav, crosshair, train in the right spot.
Nice.
And hits him with the fadeaway too. Fame couldn't get it done this time, but Liquid back for another.
I love how Naf never looks happy, even when he's run a good round. But that's okay. He's happy on the inside. As another round does go the way of a Liquid 8. Means that there's going to only be a maximum of 4 coming back from Virtus.pro. Great shot from Shuey as well to be able to solidify that one. If Icy did manage to get that additional pick, it could have been a different story. But yeah, man. Money still absolutely expended here for Liquid. Ultimate down with just the Deagle. But look at the speed now, getting in towards lane. They are trying to find that control, and Nerds gets another. Man, the amount of opening picks this man has found, insane. Fame, can he stay alive in this position? The nade is good. He drops Shuey for it. So 4-on-4 on the trot.
Tanks the shrapnel twist.
Walker!
Finally out at the worst possible moment. Unfortunate timing. And that'll put VP back in pole position with barely a man advantage.
I feel like we're watching Vici or something, all these smoke pushes, man. It's crazy.
Got to do something to change it up. Oh, and there's another. This time the bomb on the silver platter, but another team.
Oh, timing!
Timing. Nap doesn't expect the smoke push again. And that's going to be bomb on the ground and a 4th round on the horizon. Nertz, the man to try to change the narrative. 1v4, what's he got?
Oh, they're so split up, aren't they? Just watching absolutely every extremity of the map. You've got Flip working down into Donut. Will miss the window timing. You would assume Electronic just sitting on the other side of the door, trying to lull them into a false sense of security, but he's got to peek at the right time. Electronic to find it. Okay, a mini resurgence there from VP as we tail on towards the rest of this half, Mac. It's going to be a tough uphill battle, as you said. Will it be Sisyphus or will it be Liquid taking this to the next series?
We are back and ready to get in the final half of Counter-Strike between Virtus.pro and Team Liquid. We need to crown ourselves a winner and put someone down in that lower bracket. We got to be eliminating some of these teams because not everyone can play in the arena, in the sold-out arena down at Rod Laver. It's going to be a crazy one, and one of these teams might be going there. One of these teams might not be going there, and we're here to find that one out, Mitch.
6 teams down in Rod Laver. Sounds like 14,000 people, sold out crowd, beautiful stuff, beautiful city. So I think a great opportunity for these guys to not only extend their trip, extend their time down in Australia. Let's see how they go forward. But look, I think Liquid have set themselves up for success here, you know, with this 8-round start. Virtus.pro with a lot of heavy lifting to do into this next half. And I feel like without a pistol, it could start to potentially fall away for them here, Mac. But we bring it back, hoping for some fury, and it's a very quick approach up B.
Already flooding straight onto the site. Nav not going to be able to chop him in half and not able to hold onto the long control, which would have been crucial. Now we've got a more open plant, a safer one from that spam. Open for long, open for ramp. And you've still got Electronic here as well. Glock in hand, but not for long. Head taken straight off his shoulders as Ultimate wants to retake successfully.
Yeah, they've got to move quickly though, right? Starting to tick that time away. Obviously, no kit in the hands of any of these players just yet, but Ultimate, he's got the Julies and he is hitting heads. Icy does deny, and Flamus another. Nerds will get the trade, but still 2-on-2. Plenty of time to work with, but it is starting to run out. Nerds finds another. All left onto Flamus. Has to just buy some additional time onto the defuse inside the smoke. Does he have the time? He's tapping away. It's going to be so close, but I don't even know if he's got time to defuse at all. Will it happen? Will it happen? Oh, man. Chaos.
Saved by the bell.
Literally.
Both of them had no idea which way that one was going. But Liquid will not get another pistol on the board. And VP thanking their lucky stars that there was milliseconds in that one.
Crazy how these rounds can turn on their head like that, Mac. Nice response from Virtus.pro. I talked about how a pistol would need to be super, super important for them. And for them to convert is a nice little send forward. You can see Liquid's actually chosen to force back into this round as well. So a conversion for Virtus.pro could very well mean 7 on the board for them in this recovery mission.
On the edge of an emergency. We'll see if Liquid can make it happen with the force. Oh, Flamus flirting with the idea. There is a very high fire rate weapon just around the corner, and another tries to crack open the B slide, but that won't be successful. Flamus, though, going straight up the guts instead. Right down the middle. With that smoke as well, we'll be able to progress in towards CT. Odd position for them to deal with, though. You can see the flank from Nerds already happening at mid. May be able to catch that timing onto Flit at Heaven. And if that happens, it'll be much nicer for VP on the retake. But that's if this bomb even goes down. Twist with a 5-7. Sometimes pretty good, sometimes pretty not good. This time, looks like it was going to be the former, but it's the latter instead. And Nerds coming back to the party. Flash across from Naf to try to activate him. And he will not be able to stop the plant from going down.
Oh my god, what is happening right now? Flamus living up to his namesake as well, down to just 9, but he's taken down. All left onto Fame, 100 points of HP, but he is stuck between a rock and a hard place. He's going to put his golden helmet on as he rips one off a NAF. Fame trying to hold on to this clutch. Nerds has been the hero. Can they continue this one forward? Will he hold on? Or will he be able to do it? My god! Oh, the force pays dividends. Stonks rising in the forms of Liquid.
Could not have been too much closer. 2 rounds of those back to back. This time, it works out for Liquid. They get that 9th, and they make it ever so costly for VP. Silver lining, bomb has been planted. There is a chance for them to force back here and make things a little more awkward for Liquid if they stumble here on the 15th. We did see it get messy at the start of the series, and it's been a long series, and I wouldn't be surprised if we get messy again.
Mate, I need it to get messy. I need it to be just every team digging deep and fighting as hard as they can. This CS game is still in a very weird state. And, you know, outside of really your Vitalities and your Mausers, there's not really any team that is kind of just leading the helm or anything like that. So I think there's so much Counter-Strike that can happen at this event. Could be pivotal. Crowd is always electric, as we said. So 4 rounds of difference. Great response from Liquid. Force back in again from VP to try and make it work. Hero AK for Flit. We just need all these members of Virtus.pro firing on all cylinders. It can't just be a one-man show.
Unsuccessful attempt at the wallbang there. Now some util will get traded. Team Liquid blocking in multiple positions as that long B smoke comes out. Flamus, just a bit of a drone here with that Glock looking for any information. Fame, however, going to lead the charge with the Tech 9, or at least just lock onto cheater control. Going to punish any over-aggression. Molly forces both the CTs in. It is going to be an all-in brawl, but do they expect Shui on the right side? They will. Tech 9's reigning supreme, but one more man to get past, and it was the ex-leader. Gets one, but he's done, and the B site's there for VP.
Man, Ultimate's already here. He's marching straight into the fire and the flames, but unfortunately this time he will not carry on. Nertz gets maybe a sniff, maybe a smell back into this round, but clearly he's allergic because he's running away straight towards the site of A. So Fame and Flamus going to be able to win this round for the team. Massive weapon to be saving, plenty of utility for Nertz to hold on to. So still not over Red Rover, but Virtus.pro have given themselves another crack, another foot up. 6 rounds on the board.
Financial damage.
Real good.
Always a
real good.
Nice thing to have in the back pocket. Especially when you are still technically in the lead by 3 now. 96 to score 1 for our audio listeners. Mitch, look, I know it was a meme, but I really am an audio listener. The amount of times I
unironically, yes,
at the gym or when I was driving, I would just have it on because you can't watch it when you.
This is something that any like non-Australians probably don't have it happen. Like I just don't know, but you know, when Dad's in the car with the AM radio playing, listening to the cricket or the footy or something like that. It was what?
Did your dad used to do that?
Oh yeah,
Yell
absolutely.
at the radio guy and say, "What's the score?" We'd sit there for 10 minutes and Dad'd be losing his mind. Anyway, so
all I can say is you're just like unlocking my childhood. We're going to very dark places right now, Mac. It's a spicy one. But to say yes, I've listened to the boys many times in the car driving back from wherever. Especially because the hours of Counter-Strikers Australian view are always cursed.
That's true. And Europe, you get to experience that right now. Congratulations.
Less up.
Actually, NA. Europe, kind of normal. Bit of action at mid, though.
What is happening?
Again, Liquid going blow for blow. But VP come out on top, and they will surrender the mid control off the back of that, not knowing what is around the corner. There was a bunch of dumped utility. Good footy, if you're a VP fan.
Mate, I've just had the chat put question marks up against the word footy. Welcome to Australia, bros. Meat pie, footy. Servo.
Well, not soccer, guys. Different code. If you were watching the A stream earlier, now that we are in a bit of a lull, I didn't realize it was like the first time a lot of the European talent got to go and watch AFL. And
wait, they actually went and saw a game?
Yeah, they went yesterday, watched Bulldogs play someone. And it was hilarious listening to Alex's machine's description of what a game of AFL, how AFL was created. It was great.
I'm going to have to go back and watch that. That'll be excellent. Because
in that first tech pause, unfortunately, I think it was like round 3 on the Mongols game.
Perfect. Because the most chaotic thing that I think a lot of people are going to forget. So if you guys are watching down at IEM Melbourne in the arena at Rod Laver, I think the footy, the AFL, is actually on at the MCG, which is basically like right next door. So plan your travel. I would suggest walking. Probably a good idea, especially because, there'll be Anzac Day games, pretty sure, on the public holidays.
Melbourne's a walkable city.
Yeah.
Unlike that Sydney place.
That's right.
Some silly fellas all live in, or did live in. I guess I've moved countries, moved regions.
Everyone's left Sydney slowly.
Melbourne's a great place. Food as well.
Oh, man.
Mate, I bet you there's so many players that don't even know what a HSP is. I bet you there's so many people in chat that don't know what a HSP is.
Who had their first HSP? Oh, no, that was, it's not first. It's Smithy, obviously. He's a returning Australian.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I saw him posting about one. CBD Kebab. It's on Flinders Street, I think. Make sure you guys check that one out.
Mate, there's plenty of places that I'll be looking into later in the evenings. This round, however, looks like Liquid with that Galil not going to get any jobs done at all. Electronic happy to go frags. He'll fall. One gun was donated across, but no one able to retrieve it.
We got a game, bro. We got a game. This has been a treat to start off our little tenure into the B stream for IEM Melbourne.
But this is the problem, right? You know how we had those force buy battles going on, and then Liquid, they lose that round loss bonus. They lose a couple of rounds, just keep on forcing. And just like that, VP, they are straight back and looking for a draw, looking for a pole position, which could happen not too far away. Huge HE, big chunk of change there onto the VP members making their way out mid.
Oof. Early start here to the round for Liquid. Really needing to see them find some sort of stability. Limited utility left now. No kits, as we know. A little bit of a tap up from Fame onto Shui. The positioning again from Nertz. He's already all the way down main. 17 and 14. He's dying, but he's certainly fragging at the exact same time. Red room taken as they set themselves up in-house now. Good positioning already all over the map for Virtus.pro. Oh my god, Electronics in spawn.
Yeah, they held W real good. Managed to catch a lovely timing. Twist's actually none the wiser of these positions, although Ultimate now thinking, something's awry. Turns his attention to the right position, but he's not super sure on Temple. Oh, battle of timing again.
Oh no.
There it is. The strike comes through. The entry two goes in favor of VP, but the A side not fully taken yet. You've got Nertz with A main control, postured perfectly. As long as CT gets taken back, and Twist is going to do just that.
Oh man, Nertz has just got so much sweat on right now. There's just nothing he can really do. He's dropped his M4 somehow for some reason. Smoke will fade in just a second, but Flammus is definitely aware of something. So unfortunately, it's again going to have to just be Liquid watching the proverbial car crash. But, I mean, look, you know, it's a 4v3. There is the advantage, but that's just that's the position they're in mentally and physically right now. Liquid just have to slip back, but Nertz is still interested in trying to keep some damage dealt. But again, the economy of VP is just so strong right now. Only Electronic low on cash, everything else working their way. Tied up scoreline. I would not have thought about this in any which way, given the way that this map started in the favor of Liquid.
Crazy round, but just lovely approach. Great read from Electronic to figure out where the holes were in the defense. And now things get more curious. How will TL bounce back? We spoke about earlier that they are looking to play more as a team, not do as many solo plays. But VP are kind of doing some solo plays, and it's kind of working, so maybe it's time to get back to how Team Liquid were operating before. I wouldn't recommend that, though, because it wasn't working very good, if we remember the last time these two teams met. And while we have a moment, while everyone's having a powwow, before we get into what could be a very important round, Mitch, Fedora wearing Dorito Eater in the chat asked, which kebab shop did you recommend, because he missed it?
CBD Kebab on Flinders.
There you go.
Very good place.
CBD.
Not sponsored. Not sponsored.
Kebab. K-A-K-E, sorry. B-A-B.
Kebab.
Kebab.
Kabob. Speaking of Bob, shout out Face It.
Donor meat, mate. But look, lane control going to be there for VP. CTs really swarming all around Flit there, who gets full punished. And the mid control is going to be there. A open for the business. But Liquid, VP rather, in the meanwhile, are going to go for the silent rotation all the way back towards B, or at least the bomb is. Feels like the calling's a little off. Electronic having a stretch, just thinking, what the hell do we do? How do we get out of this situation?
Plenty of time still to work with. A minute 10. Everyone poised outside B long. Just taking their sweet time. Everyone from Liquid seems to be slotted up nicely as well. Real heavy lean away from A, you know, again, and I think that's off the back of all the information gathering that Nertz has been able to do in this half, just in general. Molotov, unfortunately, not going the correct way. Sign of the times here for Virtus.pro. Clearly feeling the sweat, Mac, but will the sweat be in the form of Liquid. We'll have to see. They make their way up and Shuey on to be the line. Will he be able to find more? Electronic does drop ultimate, but Twist and Shuey, they are there. And there we go. Finally, Liquid punch upwards. And they are successful, getting a 10th round on the board.
Needs to be said, that was clinical. The old bait and switch. You peek, I peek, then we peek together. Worked lovely. So, Liquid able to maintain the lead. Or Electronic just pulling the HE out at unfortunately the worst possible time. And the old leader, the new leader, both leading the charge for Liquid towards a W.
They'll need it. It would be a great confidence booster for them. Obviously not a hell of a lot of success since this new inception with Shuey. Needs more time in the oven. 240 Celsius for the boys. Slow start again though, Mac, isn't it? Just taking hold of that mid control. Really not diving too far forward. Twist might be the first point of contact here if Flamus wants to get busy just outside the house. But Twist pulls away. Going to be another B lean here this time. Is Liquid going to be ready for it?
Battle at the wood wall. Works out for Twists eventually.
Ouch.
It was elongated. And look where he's done it from as well. Just comes in, snatches that away, and completely leaves the vicinity. Back towards mid, the double up to
Flamus!
The lineup too strong for Flamus. And the AK just packs a punch at the best of times.
It really does. Nertz now having to be the hero. How many can he hold on to? Surely they're not going to overlook this. He actually takes advantage of the timing. Nertz with one. Will he be able to get more? Missing the shot. It's awkward. It's scrappy, but Icy. He's able to hold true. It's going to be eyes onto Shuey. How quickly can he get in towards this position? Not quick enough. The Molotov bounces off his forehead. And now as that bomb will be planted, Naf having to try and rotate around. They've already sent Electronic packing back into main. This might be too much for Liquid.
Silent drop timing. Shuey won't get off the tight line. Icy must have threaded that needle to get that. Replay, man. Give me the POV on that. But 1v3, Naf, there is a kit. There is a world. But there is no shot he's going for this one.
Nah, man is happy to just sit there looking at the corpses of his teammates who tried but were denied by Flamus. Him and Electronic are having a heater series right now. The rest of the team not really needing to dig deep. But whatever the Virtus.pro method, it is working. But I just can't help but feel neither of these teams are playing anywhere near their ceiling right now. It seems to be kind of low moments on either side where some mistakes are being made. But the fact is, Twist able to get this opener and to only have it denied in this way. It's just crazy to me. But Icy with two very impactful picks. There it is. Did actually see him on the screen and was able to flick quick enough to get it done.
Thought that was going to be more of a thread through that needle than what we got. Still a nice shot regardless and keeps VP right on in this game. 10-10. Anyone's at the moment. And Liquid, the money is starting to thin. Spam in over towards Banana, but Shuey, the only one else has to get reloaded. Ultimate there to pick up the
What is happening?
And just like that, out of nowhere, VP disintegrate.
It's just like they've melted completely. Like every single part of the map has just been, disintegrated. I think that's a perfect way of putting it. They've got nothing left, Virtus.pro, in that round. Liquid have just completely denied. And it's been a very interesting half for Liquid, right? Because, some of these rounds, they just look all over the shop and they're not able to find the right spacing. But other rounds, they just completely deny every single thing of Virtus.pro. But now as we move into the latter stages of this third map, round 22, 11 for Liquid, two more to take it.
Not now.
Oh.
Don't you dare.
Wait.
We've been safe from these on the B stream.
Okay.
No, it's fine.
What even happened? I saw Shuey got tagged.
I think it was a misbuy or something, because then they started shooting each other.
Oh, okay. I didn't see that part.
So we'll find out in a moment.
Too busy yapping.
Yeah, cool. Should be a quick fix. Something silly happened. We'll be back in just a moment.
Our beautiful admins onto this quick as always. It's been relatively unscathed. I mean, you can always kind of expect the first series of the day to have a few moments. I saw some audio issues for Mongols and complexity.
I need our audio guy. I don't know how quick you are on getting through the albums, but can we get something super intense? Because we're getting like right to the pointy end here, you know?
Dun, 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 dun.
How good are we?
It is getting a little nuts, isn't it?
Let's go. I'm testing the production. Give me something.
Just the fact that, you know, the pressure is already starting to rise on day number 1. No one gets eliminated. No one qualifies. Really starts to get towards the meat and potatoes over the next 2 days. But irrespective, the tensions are high. You need it to happen.
Yeah, we love the intense music. Shout out production. But it sounds like we are getting right back underway. Quick tech pause. Twist, fortunately, not going to get his call leaked. Looks like they were just trying to share the load with the economy there. 2 more rounds needed to win this in regulation for Liquid. 3 for VP, still a possibility. And it is a battle for mid again. Twist. Oh, lucky to be alive. We'll get that extinguish out just in the nick of time. And Shuey.
Oh no, Shuey!
Brings it back. It cost him the whole magazine, Mitch.
And they've gone diving in as well. Nerds is trying to pick up the pieces of the rest of the team, but he's tapping away at window. Is he going to be punished for it? No. Oh man, he manages to get away. They're all split up across the map. It's really awkward. Advantage going heavily the way of Liquid, though. It's back to a 2-on-4. Not like this, VP. Not like this. Only a singular member towards B. Icy looking over towards Donut. But no, they're going to pull away. Electronic has managed to find a rifle back into this, all amongst the chaos. And look at this investment in from Naf. He's actually pushing down long, trying to take the space. Still plenty of time to work with, though, but they've got to overlook or not make sure they don't underlook these positions. Twist in the cubby.
Or surely not. Shadow advantage, but with an inch of life remaining. He won't be traded at all. Big damage onto Electronic, which could be a difference maker. And Naf has the whole B side of the map locked down, especially with Nerds looking towards elbow. What's Electronic got? 1 Molotov to try and draw attention away. And I love the thought, but the problem is NAF will call their bluff if they do go for the big rotation all the way back. It's a save. Yeah. They know they got nothing in the next, so they are tucking away. And NAF, he knows it. Even though their economy isn't in the best of ways, if he pushes for this and kills someone after time, that might be ball set and game? Game set and match. That's what I was thinking about.
Nah, ball set and game.
I wasn't thinking about balls, guys. Don't you
call me out. Don't worry. All I could think about was Jame, right? It's Jame time still so many months after the man has waltzed away from the roster. Still, some things live true no matter how long you are away from them. But, oh man, that is just such a rough pill to swallow, right? You know, to be taking 2 AKs across the round. Now they have to invest into Tech 9s to try and fight for overtime, which is the only option here for Virtus.pro. They've got to put 2 together with a horrible looking buy, limited utility. It's just going to be gusto and grit, whatever you're going to put through if you're Virtus.pro. But right now is the time to fight. It's time to fight hard.
Chris trying to do just that, but loses his vision. VP fully focused towards the A side of the map here. Completely exposed for Team Liquid. No one here to hold. But knowing the financial situation for VP, they have all that extra utility, which they're holding on to. So a retake, certainly a possibility. Re-smoke towards elbow. VP, what do we got? 2 smokes. Where are they going? A lot of chit-chat time. What's going on?
Yeah.
Electronic on the lurk. Just calling the cancel. And
HP as well.
Maybe he's got himself something cooking towards B.
Liquid's positioning though, Mac. They're so heavily leaned forward here. If they lose a single pick, trying to get up on towards window. Oh, it's all falling apart. Liquid, you've given it up on a silver platter. What is going on? Now they can just pick up the pace. They can get straight into this position. Electronic has the call, has the info on the flank, but somehow, what's going on? Electronic and Flit have found it back. This round is still on somehow, some way. They've got money to reinvest. There's no real risk at getting back into this round if you're Liquid. You want to try and deny absolutely every single thing that you can. Now Shuey on the flank. Fame looking for position. He'll have to clear super hard towards that. If the shadow advantage, no. Timing shifted back. I think Shuey might be able to find this. Mac, he's going to get it for free. He absolutely will. Virtus.pro, it's all falling apart. But no, Flamus and Icy, they invest into Donut and they are eating good at this point in time. But will Shuey have the time to deny? He's peaked. He's dropped Icy. I think he might be able to stick this one back all the way around. This is not the way you want to go. Oh, no. Virtus.pro. That sucks, man.
Oh, tried to make the play. Icy couldn't live. But Shuey, the new in-game leader, doing just enough and then sticking it. Oh, well, that's that.